name's Aidan Kearney.
Known online as
Turtleboy and is a senior editor for
TBDailyNews.com.
They call me Dr. Turtleboy. It's my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. Timothy Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy. What's up, Slick? The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's right, the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist. Boom!
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
Crazy. People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started.
Welcome to the weekend live show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Taunton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stamps, leave your clothes, buddy, and then we're screwing up the
funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. I'm not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody. You're not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party started.
That's a little better, hopefully. Okay. What's up, peeps? Sorry, I'm learning what I got my coffees everywhere, whatever. I'm muted. Am I muted? People are saying no sound. Is there still no sound? All right, hold on. We're good? Cool. Sorry. I got to put socks on too. I can't do a show with no socks. I just got out of the shower. Oh my God. Hold on. Running late. Been talking up a storm. Been digging. I've been reading all the Twitter drama, reading all that stuff. Full, disclosure. I was talking to BLT before the show started, and then I jumped in the shower after that. We're here now. I am going to talk about that. The BLT, Jess Machado beef, because, I do say I have a rule when it comes to drama, right? That I don't do drama unless you're like there needs to be a stipulation of that. I don't do drama with irrelevant people, right? But I will do drama, not irrelevant, but like people who aren't content, like large content creators. I'll do it that way. So like if you know, like BLT and Jess Machado had beef today, and a lot of people were talking about it. And so I just want to briefly discuss it because a million people are talking about it. It's just what I do. All right. And I share my thoughts. Now I like them both. First, I want to disclose that. I got a lot of respect for both of them. A lot of respect for both those mofos, because when I was in jail, they both had my back big time. You know, Jess Machado wrote a couple. She was really the first one that kind of put it out there that this dude's in here on some bullshit because that woman is a complete fucking liar, you know, who has done this to multiple men before. And nobody knew that. Like, people just knew I was in jail, but she kind of put that out there, you know. And but BLT also like ran my channel, you know, like he also like was on my show and you know, raised awareness for me while I was gone, and he's done a lot of fundraisers for me, and whatever, you know. And also Jess Machado, enough with the low audio. The audio's fucking fine. Turn your fucking volume up on your TV, bro. You got fucking control for that. All right. So, and yeah, BLT, we call him BLT because that's what Sean of the Gulf called him. And instead of being upset about that, just kind of embraced it. It's kind of a cool nickname. So yeah, it just, you know, they've both done a lot for me. And Jess Machado, she gave up her seat for me in the courtroom for closing statements. That I'll never forget that. That's a really, she gave it up. Like, she didn't get to go in, and I did, even though she had a right to it, you know, and she was ahead of me in line. So anyway, I do want to discuss it just because like people are fired up about it, and just want to brief, but I'll get into that. But before I do that, if you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you'd like. I go by Turtleboy. You can call me Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy, if I'm being perfectly honest, because, you know, it's my preferred pronoun of choice. And if 𝗪𝗏𝗆 is a doctor, then I get to be a doctor too. 𝗵𝗏 calls me a doctor. I'm a doctor. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. For some people, that might be weird, but for others, it might be playful, flirtatious, and fun, right? Therefore, I will allow it. You can call me Crowd Daddy. That's what Alan Jackson calls me. You can call me Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name. Journalism Jesus. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp. And make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. All right, we're getting close to 164,000 subscribers, which is 1,000, you know, then we're getting close to 200,000. Next thing you know, we'll be at a million, maybe. We'll see. A man can dream. I don't think there's any real law tubers out there with 1 million subs, are there? Like Emily Baker doesn't even have 1 million subs. Think Lawyer, you know, is he over 500,000? I think Runkle's at like 300,000 or 400,000. I don't even know. People asking, am I sick? No, I don't know how I just started sounding like this. I don't know. Maybe I just need more time to. I'm good. I'm completely fine. Not sick at all. But yeah. All right, cool. And also, if anyone wants their messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat. You can write whatever message you want. And when you do that, I will read your message out loud to the class. And, you know, as long as it's not like one of those centigraphs or whatever, you know, that goes on and I got to cut you off, you know, like I'm not going to read the whole thing unless you suddenly like a lot of money. Then I might read the whole thing. I don't know. Also, reminder, get your tickets to Turtleboy Live at the, whatchamacallit, at the 𝗬𝗏𝗺 Theater, at the 𝗬𝗏𝗺 Theater. Go check it out. How many tickets have we sold so far? Last I saw, it was like 520 the end of the day with yesterday, which is like half the arena. Let's sell it out, folks. Let's sell it out. I mean, we're up to the whole VIP sold out. And you know, there's a lot of tickets left though up in the, I wouldn't call them the nosebleeds, but the upper parts, the balconies, and in the mezzanine, etc. So, you know, it's going to be a dope show. You're not going to want to miss it. Not going to want to miss it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the stream thing, like the pay-per-view. I don't know. Simply because I don't even know if the venue allows it or whatever, but either way, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't. And we're going to be doing some giveaways for that, like some raffles. So definitely, like, I'm going to buy a bunch of them myself, and then we'll just do, no, not raffles. We don't do raffles. We do giveaways here, giveaways. And we can do it that way. But all right, cool. Also, Ratchet Madness. Let's talk about that just for a moment. So the first round is officially done. Voting is over in the blue paint region, which was the final region. And let me just pull my Ratchet Madness bracket up here to make sure we got the right guys. Okay. Yeah, the last region was not very, none of these were very close. Okay. I think the closest one was the 7-10 matchup, and that was 𝗫𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗃 versus the 𝗫𝗐𝗉𝗄𝗉. Let me see who won that one. That was won by, actually, I'm going to say it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. Yeah, no. All right. So like one of them got 63%. That was the closest one. So I'm not very close. A lot of these were not close. So who do you, all right. Hank Brennan versus Sarah Levinson. Hank Brennan obviously won that. The 8-9 was not close at all. The 8-9 was Tristan Morris against Katie McLaughlin. Who do you guys think won that one? What do you guys think? Who do you guys think won that? Let's see what the chat thinks. Katie McLaughlin or Tristan Morris. Yeah, I voted for Tristan Morris, but Katie McLaughlin won that by a lot. So she's going to advance against Hank Brennan. Brian Tully versus Carrie Lama was not very close. Brian Tully has advanced. Paul O'Keefe against Julie Grant was not very close. Paul O'Keefe has advanced, and he will be going up against Brian Tully. Chris Albert and Courtney Proctor was not very close. Chris Albert has advanced. Matt McCabe against Michael Lank. Oh, this was another somewhat close one. I'm pretty sure I know who won this, but let me just go double check. Let me double check. Just working. Find out in 1 sec. Hopefully. What do you guys think won it? People are saying Chubbs, Lanker. Okay. Answer is it's just not showing up. I'm pretty sure it's Matt McCabe won that one. Last I checked, he was winning by a decent amount, but it's fucking around with me right now. It's not loading. So we're just going to say Chubbs won that one. And then 𝗫𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃 against the Dougals. I think that was the closest one. The Dougals won that one. They advanced, and they will face off against the winner of the 215 matchup, which was John Jackson against the fake victim. And the winner of that by a landslide was the fake victim. So, you know, these are hard. Like, so that the first round, the choices aren't that hard, but they get progressively harder, as you're going to see. Like these Jen McCabe's and these, you know, Hank Brennan. Yeah, the first round matchups are real easy. Okay, you beat Sarah Levinson. Yeah, talk to me when you get to 𝗫𝗄𝗄𝗃. You know, talk to me when you get to Brian Albert. Talk to me when you get to some tough competition. This is Ratchet Madness after all. There's no coasting. All right, you got out of the first round. Congratulations. So, yeah, our second round matchups. We're going to start with this one Monday, right? We got Jen McCabe against Elizabeth Proctor. I think Jen's going to win that, but Liz is frisky. She's a little frisky. We'll see. She got 80% against Jimmy Farris. The 13 against 12 matchup, that could go. I mean, Fanning against Jessica Hyde. I think Fanning's going to win that. I do, because he beat Jill Daniels, and she's a powerhouse. Colin Albert against Adam Lally. I still can't believe Lally beat 𝗫𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃. That's bullshit. I mean, Twisted Tragedies. I think Colin's going to win that. Wendy Murphy against Meatball. Got to go with Meatball. Then I think Meatball against Colin is going to be a good one. I think Meatball wins that. Then Fanning against Jen McCabe. I think Jen McCabe's going to win that. Jen McCabe against 𝗵𝗺cie is a classic matchup, a great one. Ultimately, I think 𝗺_𝗏𝗍 is going to win that one. I think that's going to be a real close one though. Down this bracket, we got �rusty against Tara Kerrigan. Got to be Crust. You got to trust the Crust. She's going to win this. Kelly Deaver against Kerry Roberts. That's a good matchup, but I got to go with Deaver. I think she's hotter right now. 𝗵𝗏𝗆 against Judd the Chud. Got to go 𝗵𝗏𝗆 on that one. DePietro, man, he's pretty ratchet, but he's going up against 𝗬𝗍𝗄𝗃, and that's just, you can't, 𝗬𝗍𝗄𝗃 is too hot right now. So that brings us to a real good second round matchup, our Sweet 16 matchup with, if it's 𝗵𝗏𝗆 against Higgins, who are you going to pick with that? That's tough. I think Higgins is going to win that. And then �rusty against Deaver, tough one, but I think it's going to be Crust. The real matchup is going to be �rusty against Higgins. That's a matchup like for the ages. I don't know who would win that one. Complete toss-up at that. That's fucking tough. That is the tough one. Then over here, Proctor against Helena. Definitely I think Helena is the weakest remaining Ratchet. I think Proctor's going to win that one by a lot. Man Shannon against Julie Nagel could be good, but I think the Bagel's going to win that one. We haven't forgotten about her. Auntie Bev against Kofen Doofus. As hated as Kofen Doofus is, she's got nothing on the judge. I think Auntie Bev wins that one. Natalie against Brian Albert. Not much of a contest there. I think Brian Albert wins. And that's another intriguing matchup in the next round. Auntie Bev against Brian Albert. And I'll tell you one thing. I think Auntie Bev wins that one. I think Auntie Bev's going to beat Brian Albert. And I think Michael Proctor is going to beat Julie Nagel. And then we're going to have another matchup, bro. That's what I'm saying. These matchups get better. Auntie Bev versus Proctor. That's who you got. That's tough. That's tough. See what I'm saying? Then down here, 𝗵𝗍𝗆 against Katie McLaughlin. Probably going to be 𝗵𝗍𝗆. Probably. Paul O'Keefe against Tully. Now there's a matchup. Old Stonehill football bros there. Paul O'Keefe against Tully. Man, that's tough. But I think Tully's going to win it. I do. Then Chris Albert against Chubbs. Whew, dude, you useless guys. I'm probably going to go Chris Albert on that one. And then the Dougals against the fake victim. Got to be the fake victim. Got to be. That brings us to fake victim against Chris Albert. Got to be the fake victim. Got to be. She's so ratchet. Then 𝗵𝗆𝗆 against Tully. That is a good matchup, but I think 𝗵𝗆𝗆 takes that one pretty easily. Then you got 𝗵𝗆𝗆 against the fake victim. That's what I mean. Like the Elite 8 matchups are going to be fucking wild. Wild. Who are you going to pick? I mean, good luck voting. Some of these have been real easy so far. They're not going to be so easy. You'll see. It's Ratchet Madness, folks. If you're new here, this is how it always is. But anyway, let me read some turtle chats to start. Then we'll get into some other stuff. Okay. Did it reload? It's not working. My internet's slow or something. I can't get on WordPress. I hope it works. Let me try my phone. Hold on. Might be able to read these on my phone if I log into my account. Give me a minute, folks. Hold on. tbdailynews.com /WP. There we go. Are you guys able to get on TB Daily News right now.com, or is it just me? Turtle chat is not working. Hold on. I can't. Can you guys even get on the website? I can't even get on the goddamn website right now. Okay. All right. It just reloaded for me finally. I can try again. Let me contact my tech guy. Getting. All right. All right. Melissa Mayfield sends $50. Thanks, Melissa. And she just says card. I love when people do that. Just say card. Card. It's down right now, looks like. So some people are having issues with it. Other people are able to get on. Got on very delayed. Okay. Because I'm having trouble getting on my phone and on my computer. Can't get on it. All right. Karim sends $10 and goes, FKR YouTube creator 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗆 is okay. Again, I don't endorse. Hold on. All right. Back to this. Let me read this. So again, I don't endorse anything that comes in turtle chats. I just read them. Just read them. So let me read this. FKR YouTube creator 𝗵𝗂𝗄𝗆 is proud to announce a tie for WAP. Is that what a pussy? I don't know, of the day. BLT, an independent journalist, has never formed his own opinion or made a public statement without TB's dick in his mouth. Hey, that's not true. It's never been in his mouth. Jess Machado just started a channel and thinks she's famous. Yaps about protecting her brand, but the Ratchet only protects. Okay. I mean, this is just mean. This whole thing's mean. Okay. I thought this was going to be about like the actual beef with them, but it's just a mean turtle chat. So I'm not reading the rest of it, sir. You get the point here. Okay. He's mean. Be nicer. You're allowed to have opinions, but can you like criticize them with like something specific, please? Okay. Anyway, next. Claire sends $25 and says, happy Saturday, doctor. I can't wait to see the results of Ratchet Madness. All the love and support from Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am, appreciate that from Phoenix. Okay, is there a blog going viral or something? Let me see. I don't think there's a lot of people on the website right now, are there? All right. Anyway, next one. This is from Wally the Beer Man, sends $20. Goes, I'm late to the game and just catching up on Phelps and Valentina's stuff. I didn't realize there was even more insanity surrounding your life with this case. Phelps should be ashamed for that turd of a podcast. I actually listened to the whole thing in disbelief. Phelps owes my ears an apology. Well, you'd be the first. It discredits any true crime work he has ever done. No one can ever take him seriously again. He's boring, dumb, and a liar. Keep fighting for the truth, Turtle. Yeah, you know, that whole podcast just discredited him, not because he doesn't like me. He's entitled to that opinion, but he just let his emotions take over. Like, it was just so obvious listening to him. Self-published blogger. And just, he's mean. Like, he's just, you have to hide your disdain for people. You know, you have to keep it professional. And he just didn't do that. He didn't do that. All right, next. Jay Logan sends $33 and goes, turtles to free. I appreciate that, Jay Logan. Denise sends $10, goes, can you go over the rest of the fake victim trial? Seems fitting after your big win yesterday. Yes, that's a great idea, because I don't have that much to go over tonight. So we can definitely do that towards the end of the program for sure. Okay. Now, because I don't know if we're having issues with the website, are you guys able to get on? I am unable to, like, I'm having issues even reading the turtle chats. I don't know if you guys are having issues with paying them, if it's not working, but it's like, I would recommend Cash App. Let me go read my Cash Apps if you want your messages read for now, because I'm just having some trouble getting on there. Okay. Ashley sends $5 and goes, love you, J-Mac. Okay. J-Mac's getting some love. Glad to hear. Alan sends $5 and goes, I like turtles. Google Jonathan the Zombie. That used to be my intro song, dude. Very familiar. Marianne sends $10 and goes, tell Bob I voted for him. Who's Bob? Bob who? She voted for you, Bob. Terry sends $25 and goes, Dr. Daddy, much love and support. Well, thank you, Terry. Carly sends $5 and goes, it makes me so sad to see all this fighting. But that's the thing that I'm going to get into. It's not even really fighting. It's fucking pretty harmless, I think, in my opinion. And I told BLT that before the show. I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. The whole thing was just like, I wish that was worse. Somebody said about me. Bobby Cosgrove, was that who it's for? Tell Bob I voted for him. Oh, Bobby Cosgrove, right. Thank you, Marianne. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, we got a couple more here. Turtle Chats did refresh. Lisa sends $10 and goes, enjoying your YouTube presentation, Dr. Turtleboy. Thank you, Lisa. Agent O'Donnell sends $10 and goes, testing 1, 2, 3. Print this. Print this. What was the other thing you would always say about, talk to me about this? Talk to me about this. Okay, next up. This is from Barbara. And she goes, I want to give a shout out to Laura from your billing department. I had some issues with the website signing up for the first time to be a Turtle Club member Thursday. She worked diligently with your tech guy to get it fixed in time for your show Thursday night. Isn't she a gift from God? Isn't she amazing? Laura's just the best. I wish you all had someone in your life like Laura from London, because she's like, she's one of these rare people who like doesn't want the credit, doesn't want to be famous, she would not come on the show and like do that. Like, she's just not about that life at all. She just likes the brand and she just wants to help. It's this rare. I've met a lot of shitty people over the years with Turtleboy. A lot of people who want to use you for shit and do stuff, but Laura's the real MVP, man. You guys don't know about her behind the scenes. She does so much. She's the bomb. So thank you very, very much. Okay. Let me see if it refreshes and works. Let's find out. Or if it craps out again. Oh, it worked. $100 from Fred. He goes, Dr. Turtleboy, if you ever need a general contractor for anything, I got you covered, whatever you need. Keep being the best, brother. Well, thank you, Fred. And you know what? I'm going to sound weird saying this. I don't even know what a general contractor does. I don't even know. I get confused by that word. People say they're contractors all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that means. I think they're the guys that they contract. They tell you they don't build the house, right? But they kind of organize the building of the house. Is that what a contractor does? I don't even know what a contractor does. They actually do the building. They're actually the builders. So if I need my bathroom done, if I want to get a new bathroom, so I call up a contractor and he organizes the building of the bathroom, right? But he doesn't build it himself, does he? Is that they build? So they're just, so it's like a handyman? Is that what a contractor is? And how do they get so good at everything? Like I was under the so they're like electricians, carpenters, plumbers, all in one. Is that what he can do? How do you acquire all those skills? How do you do all that? His crew does it. See, he's got people. He organizes shit. Right? That's what I'm saying. So I don't really know. I hear the term a lot, contractor. And every time I hear it, I'm like, I pretend like I know what a contractor is, but I don't really know what a contractor is. I really don't know exactly what they do. But they build shit. They get shit done. They get shit done. That's what they do. So thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Subcontractors do the actual work. Okay. Okay. Got it. They run shit. They run shit. I like that. They run shit. All right. All right, cool. Ems sends $50 and goes, "Hey Doc, been a silent follower since the first retrial. Please yell at me for the length of this. It's not that bad. My son was accused of doing something he didn't do to a psycho girlfriend. Just yesterday, after 8 long months, all his charges are dismissed. I wanted to thank you for giving me the courage and strength to fight like hell for my kid. You've been a true inspiration to me. Love you forever. Never change. You're going to beat all this bullshit. Love from Utah." That wasn't that long. I appreciate that. And good. You should fight bullshit charges. I don't know the details of what happened to your son, but if he didn't do nothing, I'm happy he's free. So there you go. Dorothy sends $15 and goes, "Just enjoy your show. You the realist. I love your charm and sarcasm. You a real one, Turtleboy." So, all right. So anyway, if anyone else wants their message read, it seems to be working better. Let me just message my guy and tell him it's working better. I think it's working better. Is it refreshing? Asser and Fish sends $20 and goes, "You had a big win yesterday. What did I miss? And if we're staying true to the meaning of Ratchet, I think 𝗪𝗏𝗏 and the fake victim need to be the final two. We'll find out." Well, if we are saying the true meaning of Ratchet, the winner would be Twisted Tragedies, and it's not even close. She lives at a migrant hotel, and she competes with illegal immigrants for government entitlements. That's so Ratchet. And she's so Ratchet. Have you seen her teeth? Anyway, I'm still bitter about that. But all right, cool. If anyone else wants to donate, click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can use my Cash App. $sign Uncle Turtleboy. Okay, cool. All right. So real quick. So I love Jess Machado and I love BLT. And I kind of, so she had a thing today and she has a program. She got a YouTube presentation of her own now. And she went on there and it was like 4 hours long. And one of the things that she hyped it up about was a thing with BLT. Okay. And it was like 20 minutes. She talked about it. I listened to the whole thing because obviously I'm curious about this. And let me first address that, like this whole thing with people who are like, "Oh, I hate drama. I don't like drama." Yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. Everybody likes drama. Okay. What we don't like drama with is with small potato people. We don't like drama with people who don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear drama between two fucking Twitter followers with 500 people. That I don't like. I have no interest in that. But, two, content creators, or one's really a content creator, the other is a reporter, I guess. They have a beef. Yeah, and we're going to watch that. And don't pretend like you're not. And like this whole thing about like, oh, it's dividing the movement. No, it's not. There isn't a single person that's going to be like, well, I no longer support this because these two had a quick beef, Anyway, it is what it is. Now, so Jess goes on her YouTube presentation and she airs some of this out. And she talks about how So she worked for him. She went on his channel as like almost a co-host. And I talked to her about this. I talked to him about it. The reason she went on is because she wanted to make it clear that she was paid, just in case, I don't know, like, because I don't know if people were accusing her of, I don't know what they were accusing her of. She wanted to make it clear that I did work for him and I was paid by him and I negotiated it. Now, she also said that so as far as paying us, I don't do that. I'll never do that. And I've also never been, well, actually, that's not true. I've only been on one show before where I got paid. One show. Okay. And it was BLT's, but I didn't even ask for it. He offered. Like, this is before I knew him. He messaged me back in September. I was supposed to go on a show the day I got arrested. But that got canceled, obviously, because I got arrested. But he messaged me and he's like, I will offer you. And he told me how much he was offering me to go on a show. And I'm like, sure. Fuck do I care? You know, if you're just throwing money at me, I'm not going to say no. So yeah, but don't tell him this. You can't tell him this. It's a secret. Okay. I'm trusting all 6,425 of you guys, right? If he asked me to do it for free, I also would have done it. But don't tell him that. I'm still keeping it. Because if you're just offering me money, I'm not going to say no. Right? So it is what it is. Okay? But you seriously can't say anything. Because he might, just tell him not to watch this episode. Tell him don't watch this one. Anyway, so it is what it is. Now, Jess said that she was invited on Ian Runkle's show, Runkle on the Bailey. And I love Runkle, obviously. And this was news to me. She said, this is like during when she was like tweeting, she did great reporting, you have to admit, during the trial, like when it came to the jurors and stuff like that. Like we all followed her Twitter for that. And so he offered to have her on the show. He invited her on and she was like, yeah, I'd like to be compensated. She wanted to get paid for it. So that was like surprising. I'm like, and she did, in fairness, admit that if she could do it again, that was dumb. She didn't know who Runkle was. And then she saw, like, wait a minute, this guy's got a huge following. So, you know, she's a professional. Professionals usually get paid for their time. But at the same time, she's also new to this game. It's like, nah, that's free advertising. Like, you don't, like, and she does, in fairness, she did admit later on in the program that was a mistake. Okay. So I'm like, I think she knows that was a mistake because she should have said yes to that. Like, because it's like you're on a platform that has hundreds of thousands of followers. You take that because that's free advertising. And it's like how you build professional relationships with people on here. You go on my show, I go on your show. You know, we do this, we do that. Like that's how it's done. It's not like maybe she's used to the old world where you get paid for shit. But in this world, in the content creation world, it's like it's like an investment going on in someone else's show. Like, yeah, you're not going to get paid for that, but you building your brand, you get a whole new bunch of followers as a result of that. Like I went on Timcast, right? I didn't get paid for that. He did pay for my flight and hotel. Okay. But I didn't get paid to go on his show because he's got 1.5 million subs when I went on. I'm going to take that, period. You know, like it's a huge professional opportunity. I'm going to take that. So anyway, you know, later on in the show, somebody asked her, would you pay to have someone on your show? And she said, what'd she say? She said, no, I would not pay. And people were like, well, that's hypocritical. And because you said that you wanted to get paid. Well, she also admitted that she made a mistake doing that. See what I'm saying? So they pay you in exposure. Exactly. Broken Baker's a grifter like me. He gets it. When you're in the grift, you get the grift. It's all part of the grift package. Okay. Right? Like it seems like you're not getting money, but you kind of are. You are grifting. You know what I mean? So there you go. All right, cool. Anyway, so the whole thing was stupid. I thought, like, I listened to it all and I think there's some underlying issues that she didn't air. That's my guess. Because when you listen to the totality of what her beef was, basically, she used to work for him, and then she went independent and did her own thing, and he didn't promote her show, and he didn't like help set up the studio or something like that. I don't know. The whole thing was like not really roast worthy. Now, she did say one thing, okay, later on about the interview with Nathan Reed, right? And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. She said that she said that it was I don't know if it was uncomfortable was the word she used or something like that, but she was honest with it. And you know what? I appreciate honesty. Like, it's like real talk. And she also, the realest thing she said that I do agree with 1,000% was she goes, you know, my husband told me, she goes, I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this, but then my husband told me that he watches sports radio, and what he likes the most is when the hosts go at each other because it's good radio. As long as it doesn't get too personal, you know, then it's uncomfortable. That's the key. And I agree with that 1,000%. That is so true. Like, she brought up the example of when Dave Portnoy and Kirk Minahan go at it with each other, right? That's good entertainment. Like, that's cool. Like, I'm interested in that. Oh, I'm definitely interested in that. You know, I'm definitely interested if any of these people have beef with like somebody, as long as they're somebody with like another big platform and they want to go at it together and they want to air their grievances publicly, I'm all for that. I love that shit. That's what made, like, when Kirk Minahan and Jared Callahan were on in the morning on WEEI in Boston, they had the number one rated morning show in all of Boston. Okay. And WEEI never did it. They beat Toucher and Rich. They were number one. And it wasn't because they talked about sports. It's because they had drama, because they fucking went at it with people. You know, they had conflicts. Like, people are drawn to that shit. They like that shit. And then they got rid of them both, and now nobody watches that shit because Greg Hill, he was on our team with Karen Reed to an extent, but they don't really do drama on that show. And people like drama. You could say you don't like drama, but you definitely do. Okay, you definitely do. So anyway, so she said that she felt uncomfortable with the Nathan Reed interview. Now, I did not watch that interview on the BLT podcast because that happens like right after the trial, and I was still going live like every day back then. There's only so many hours in a day. I cannot consume all this content, period. So I went back and watched it, and you know, you can. I'm not even gonna comment on it. Okay, I'm gonna just play it for you. All right. And you, because I like both these people. I do. I really do. I'm just going to play it for you. And you can, just so you can hear, like this is her beef. Okay. And I'm pretty sure this part I'm going to play for you was like the part I assume that she's talking about. Okay. So I'm going to take my screen off. I'm going to take my face off this. I'm just going to play his thing. I'm not going to have any comment on it. And I'm just going to play it. Okay.
You and Boston Mike, they're my morning show. Like, I woke up during the retrial to them, but Tommy being out there like in the cold and the heat, and then you just go out there, and I saw like his elaborate setup that he had out, and there was a moment, and I have to share this with both of you because you weren't there. So Tommy's up on, he was across the street. Him and I are both standing next together, and he's live, and he's got his big iPad set up, and the moment comes down, and Tommy's next to me, and Tom really was one of the first people that I met out on the street.
Same.
And I'm gonna get emotional.
Yeah, bud.
I said, Tommy, we did it. We did it, Tommy. We knew. I said, here we were that whole time, standing out in the fucking heat, the cold,
rain,
sacrificing our vacations, our Sundays, coming out. and I wouldn't have changed one thing about it. And you can hear us talking on camera. I got the clip, and I said, Tommy, we did it. Yeah. And he's like, it's fucking great, isn't it? It's really good. It's a good feeling. And it changed me a lot. I've grown as a person so much through this. I've learned to like calm down. I used to be a really angst guy like 2 years ago, and this has really fucking humbled me. And I think, you know, as my license plate says, fate.
I saw it when I pulled in tonight. Yeah.
This is all.
All right. So again, take whatever you want from that. All right. Brian's like a really nice guy. He's been nothing but nice to me. But I'm only playing that clip because that's the reference I'm talking about. So this is like, she brought that up and people like, whatever. It's like, that's what she was talking about. That was like, clearly, if you look at her face during that, if you look at Jess's face during that, she's doing a lot of like, she's looking down, like you can tell she's uncomfortable with it. Right. And that it's me. It's like, I talk about this shit. Okay. I'm going to talk about it because it's on, I'm sorry. That episode got like 76,000 views. There was a lot of people saw that shit. People have a right to comment on it. People have a right to talk about it. Right. And so if she felt uncomfortable with that, that's her fucking right. And she has a right to air that. He has a right to respond. And he did respond to it today. He did respond to it today. He had a tweet about it. And by the way, I also want to clarify that there is a BLT parody account that is like bragging because I liked one of his tweets. Okay. And that does not mean I'm like condoning or whatever. Like he had a tweet that's like criticized him for blocking. I'm anti big accounts blocking each other. That's the only reason I like that tweet. Okay. And we'll get to that in 1 sec. But so that was that. And then Brian posts on Twitter about it. And again, it's like, I'm trying to be, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here, but at the same time, you know, we're like all adults and we're all in the game. And so it's like, this is what comes with like, people say shit about me and I'm cool with it. You know, as long as it's not like too far, you know what I mean? Anyway, so he made a post and I'll just read it to you. Actually, I'll show it to you. So it's like, he says, I'm sure people are expecting a dramatic response about what happened on Jess Machado's show today. While I was at work, several people reached out to me and let me know that she was taking shots at me at my work, my platforms, and my coverage of the Kearney trial. And I talked to him about it, and I'm like, I don't really think it was that much of a shot, to be honest with you. Honestly, I think the whole thing was stupid. I think it was like, it didn't even make sense why she was doing it, because it's like, okay, like if I were him, I wouldn't promote her show either. Like, because it's like, well, you were with me and then you left. Why the fuck would I promote your show? You know what I mean? So I'm team BLT when it comes to that. So I thought the whole thing was kind of silly, but at the same time, she said it wasn't that bad. Like if you go back and watch it, like it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like, it's like, I told him that and I'm like, oh, people have said much worse about me, you know, much worse. Like I don't, and I go, that's part of the game, bro. You know, like it's nothing personal. Like not a single thing that she said was like, oh, you're a fucking bad person or anything like that. Or your mama, your fucking sister or whatever. I don't know his family, but like there was nothing that fucking bad about it. Nothing that bad that you can't come back from. And like, I've had minor squabbles with content creators over the time, right? I had a minor squabble with Mike Crawford from Young Jerks, right? I even wrote about it in a blog when I was in jail, like, cause he was, when Krusty Panties was coming at him and then he took a break and I was like, oh, cause he made a comment about me. Cause I stuck my dick in a ratchet. Like it's fair game, right? Fair game for criticism, I guess. And he took a break and I criticized him for that, but it's not a big fucking deal. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta take the punches around here. You gotta run with it. And just understand that like we all like each other at the end of the day. It's nothing too personal, it's nothing too bad. It takes a lot to get them. It takes a lot. And what she said, I don't think was that bad. And like, he's got 60,000 subs, he's got 60,000 subs. He's kind of well known. Like when that happens, people are going to criticize you here and there, but you just got to roll with it. You got to roll with it. And so he said that she was taking shots at me, my work, my platforms. To be honest, I had a feeling something like this was coming. That's often what happens when you end up on someone's agenda. I've said many times before that I've enjoyed my conversations with Jess on my show and that I've respected her as a journalist. She's been an inspiration, and I've publicly expressed that on multiple occasions. Well, that's nice. So yes, I was disappointed to see an unprovoked attack aimed at me this morning on her show. Apparently, the new approach is to hold on to grievances, avoid a direct conversation, and then go on full blast publicly. Agree. That's why he should go on her show. And I texted him that. I'm like, you should go on her show, period. Because what I didn't like was the block. He blocked her after this. I thought that was weak. Because to me, it's like, come on, you got to air it out, man. People want to watch that. Go on her program, go on her YouTube presentation, air it all out. That's what people want, whether or not they admit it or not. People do want to watch that. So go on there, air it all out. You'll feel better. Everyone will feel better when you just get in a room and fuck. That's what I always say. Just fuck. Just get in there and do it. It's not a big deal. And so he's like, I get this is the kind of move is meant to generate attention. She's trying to get her show off the ground and wants to appeal to certain viewers to look like the cool kid in front of the red eyes. I don't agree with that, because I think Jess has done a lot of work over the years that is like original, right? That's what I like about Jess. A lot of her stories are stuff that I'm not covering, because let's be honest, it's like amongst the content community, we all cover the same shit with the Karen Reed thing. So it's like, I like original reporting, and that's kind of what Jess's niche is, or niche rather, is, she'd had the thing on the migrant hotel thing there in Taunton. She gets into more small town politics or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I have no interest in that because I'm not from there. So I don't really give a shit about Fall River politics or Somerset politics. I don't really know what's going on there. But she also does a lot of her reporting during the trial was as good as anyone else's, right? Because she talked about what we all wanted to hear, and that was juror reactions. Because that's the shit you couldn't see, So that's like original, real reporting. So I disagree that she needs drama to build her shit up. If anything, it seemed like there was so much negative blowback to her thing today that I think it hurt her. So if that was her goal, I don't think it succeeded. So it goes on to say, but what really stood out to me, and this is when I got dragged into it, what it really stood out to me was that on her premiere episode, she chose to platform Kate Peter, someone who has actively worked so hard to send Turtleboy to prison permanently. That decision, to me, showed a complete lack of respect for Turtleboy. It suggested that clicks and views mattered more than any loyalty to the friendship or business relationship she has with him. And anyone that would platform her in the future must go along with the decision as well. Okay, let's talk about that for a moment. Yes, agreed. The Crusty Panties has indeed dedicated her life to putting me in jail. And I did, because I'm a honest and kind of open guy. I criticized, not for having her on. I don't object to her having her on. I'm for that. I thought it was too much of a tickle fest. And I said that. I thought there was too much, and there was many chances. I'd have to go back and listen to it again, but I hate the sound of 𝗪𝗏𝐻's voice. I just thought that there was many opportunities she had there to ask really kind of pertinent questions that we're all interested in. And way too much of it was spent on the restraining order thing. I thought like about, she's got a beef with some chick named Holly, and, you know, and they talked about that and the restraining order that Holly had on her, and it was bullshit and all this stuff and all. And I was listening to it and I'm like, yeah, I know the story with her and Holly. I know that whole story, and I'm team Jess Machado on that one. But that's not what people are here. They want to hear the good shit. You know, they don't want to hear about that right now. So I listened to it and I'm like, it just got too into, and she like you got to grill 𝗪𝗏. I understand the whole, like, keeping her, you don't want to upset her to the point where she takes her ball and goes home and leaves. You want to take advantage of the fact that you got this fucking Ratchet on here, right? And you can ask her some tough questions. So you don't want her to rage quit. I totally get that. I do think there was an opportunity there for her to probe harder, and that she wouldn't have rage quit. See what I'm saying? Because 𝗪𝗏𝐻's a narcissist. Like, she would never just, I don't think she would have rage quit. I think she would have battled. Anyway, so I don't object at all to having her on. I just thought the interview was some of it was good. There was a couple points in there where, like, we got some interesting things out of it, as far as like calling her out on some bullshit and whatever. But it wasn't her finest performance. And I've talked to Jess about it and she agrees. Okay. So there's that. Then he goes, but also, like, BLT is also a man of conviction. And this is consistent with who he is, because if you'll recall, last July of 2024, he was invited on Court TV and he turned it down because they were having 𝗪𝗏𝐻 panties on. So this is consistent with, and if he was looking to, like, build clicks and get a bigger audience, you'd go on Court TV, right? Because whatever, like, you're trying to build a brand. And to his defense, he didn't, because he's a man of conviction. So this is consistent with his policy of anyone who platforms 𝗪𝗏𝐻 is no bueno, you know? So that is consistent. I'll give him that. But I can't make anyone like me. As always, it's up to the viewer to form their own opinions about the people they choose to follow. I sincerely hope Jess's platform succeeds. If this is the kind of content she wants to put out, that's her call. I wish her the best. So I would just urge them to have, I think they should go on there and air it all out publicly. That's what I think should happen. And that's it. That's it. So, all right, cool. I'm glad that's out of the way. So there's my thoughts on that. All right. So anyway, what are we on now? Okay, cool. So next, what's next on the agenda? Oh, I want this Ratchet. Oh God, I fucking hate this woman. I'm going to try calling her too. I don't know if she's watching right now. Her name is Donna. Do you guys read the article I published today on Donna? Donna sucks. She's a bad person. New Jersey. Okay. Okay, New Jersey boomer grifter says she's filing harassment charges on Turtleboy for asking her to stop selling Crowd Daddy shirts and lying about donating half profits. Okay, so we all know the boomer ladies here that with the t-shirts, there was just so many fucking people that started like an 𝗪𝗏 page, and like started to like sell t-shirts over the counter thing. Okay. Now, as somebody who has sold a lot of t-shirts in this, you might say, well, that's hypocritical of you. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. Because if you're somebody like this, right? She didn't write any articles. She didn't do any investigating. She did nothing. She's a fan. She's a reader. If you're going to sell shit, I don't know. That's just my belief that like she's just an opportunist. She saw, if you're going to sell shirt, if you're somebody like her who didn't like, I've been doing this forever. Okay. I'm a journalist, award-winning journalist. I've sacrificed for this. I'm the reason this story is where it is. If I want to sell some fucking free Karen Reed shirts, I'm going to sell some free Karen Reed shirts. And I did a whole rant on this in July of 2023 about this. And people are like, how much of that are you donating to Karen? And I said it then, and I'll say it now. You know how much I'm donating to Karen Reed's defense fund for all my t-shirt sales? Fucking zero. Absolutely fucking zero. Nothing, nada, zilch. And you know who's cool with that and agrees with that decision? Karen Reed. Because Karen Reed has over $1 million in her legal defense fund because I drew attention to this fucking story. There is no legal defense fund without Turtleboy. There's no fucking money in it. So yes, I made every fucking penny that I made on those shirts, I kept. And I fucking spent it. Some of I put in savings. Others I spent. I gave Karen Reed fucking diddly fucking poo at all. So I just want to put that out there for the world to see. And you know why I did that? Because I earned that shit. Because I earned that shit. Because I put in the work. I put in the hours. I fucking researched the fuck out of this story. I went to jail for this story. I did everything for this fucking story. It's my business. It's my livelihood, writing shit like that. You better fucking believe I'm going to sell merch. I earned the right to sell merch. This woman did not. And there's a lot of people out there like her, right? Who saw this story. It's all popular. And they're like, I want to sell t-shirts. Well, fuck your t-shirts. If you want to sell t-shirts for this, you better be donating 100% of the profits to the Karen Reed Legal Defense Fund. That's it. You do not have a right to fucking profit off of this. Well, you do technically. It's America, right? But you're a piece of shit if you're trying to profit off of this and you ain't put any skin in the fucking game, right? You're some Johnny come lately because all these people on the justice page are like, can I share my Etsy shit? No, you can fuck yourself and die in a hole. That's what you can do. You can get fucked. Get the fuck out of here. Take your Etsy shit. Get it out of my face. Go fuck yourself. That's what I think of your Etsy. All right? So you do have a right to do it, but you don't have a right to do it on a Facebook group. Okay? There's that. That's stupid. It's America, man. Yeah, it is fucking America. And I can tell you, you don't have a fucking right in America to sell your Etsy shit on a Facebook group. That's not a right. You can start an Etsy shit. No one's going to see it. That's the other thing. It's like, yeah, go ahead, start an Etsy shit. No one's going to see it. No one's going to see it. But you using the Facebook group, I built that, right? That's a result of my reporting. That is an offshoot of my reporting that I built that fucking thing. You don't just get to come on there and sell your Etsy shit on there for free. Get the fuck out of here at all. You don't get to do it all at all. Period. Yeah. Go start your own group. No one's going to join it. That's the problem. You need me because I'm the crowd daddy. You need me to build the crowd up, and then you want to sell to the crowd, and you did nothing to build the fucking crowd. Go fuck yourself, lady. Anyway, so there's a lot of people like this. She's from New Jersey, as it turns out, okay? She's in her 60s, I think. Way too much free time. And she's one of these people that started making this merch. She's appeared on the scene making tons of merch. Inbox or friend request me, FKR. And she didn't even have like an online store. Like she made it herself. You had to like message her, and I don't even know how you paid. But you just messaged her and whatever. And free Karen Reed, lock up the real killers. Yeah, right. Okay. But what does you selling merch have to do with that? Anyway, she sounds like she ate all the Newport Lights. Just listen to her voice. Listen to this voice.
Show you some shirts that are ready to go. I have 2X in the attorney names. I have a couple in the Who Killed Officer John O'Keefe, large and an extra large in black.
First of all, that's just distasteful, by the way. Who Killed Officer O'Keefe? It's like, what is this, a game to you? Is this Clue? Who killed? I mean, I know who killed him. McAlbert's killed him. Yeah, boom. I don't like that shirt. I don't like that shit. Who Killed Officer O'Keefe? Just her fucking voice, too. Like, her voice is exactly the voice of somebody that I would imagine has enough free time in her day to start a fucking bootleg t-shirt business out of her home and has like a printing machine, of course. You know.
I have the Freed. Karen Reed. I have a medium, I believe.
Anyway, so that's what she sounds like. All right. So, Donna, like all these people, like we allowed it on the page as long as you were donating your profits to the Karen Reed Legal Defense Fund. And even then it was hard to monitor. So we weren't allowing it, but I guess it's kind of a free for all now. And so it goes, I'm praying to raise money for Aidan and Karen. We'll get to that. I will be, and she'd never even been here. She lives in New Jersey. She goes, I will be coming up to hopefully be able to do a few standouts as soon as I see them posted, and I will bring merch for Officer J.O. and KR, a new patch with the date of freedom. So you're just coming up here to sell merch? She's never even been to anything. She's like a Shaun of the Gulf. You can order online with me as well, and I guarantee you this woman likes Shaun of the Gulf. I will guarantee it. Anyway. She wants justice. And again, I don't like this because it's like, yo, also what's happening to both Karen Reed, or what's happened to Karen Reed and what's happening to me is a tragedy. It is a fucking tragedy. It's not, I'm facing 105 years in jail. Okay. Potentially. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's until the charges are gone, I'll never rest easy, you know? So this is, and I'm on bail. I can go to jail at any minute. I have like nightmares about it. And this woman, it's like a game. So you're just monetizing this tragedy. What gives you the right to just make money off of this horrible thing that's happened to both Karen and me? Like, what gives you the fuck? Like, why you? You know? And again, it's America. You have a right to do that, right? But you don't have a right to sell on the fucking Turtleboy OnlyFans page, right? You didn't build that page up. Why are you selling shit? I will be donating to the Karen Reed Defense Fund, she says. Okay. Inbox or request me. I'll be donating to Karen and Aidan justice. Okay. All right. So specifically, she said that half of the sales would be donated. She goes, half will be donated. She goes, half. Okay. She's moving a lot of merch because she was constantly posting about, like, you know, there's this. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. So there's all this merch she's selling, and she's showing like other people buying her shit. Like all these people bought her shirts. Nice little girl there. A lot of people are buying this shit. I'm like, love it. I love it. I can't wait. Awesome. Okay. This woman's, she's making money on this, you know? So like, if you're donating half the profits to Karen Reed, we're talking a couple grand here, right? That's what we're looking at. I'm thinking. She claimed that selling merch was her way of fighting justice for John O'Keefe. But this is after Karen Reed was freed. So like Karen Reed being acquitted was bad for the grift because the free Karen Reed thing doesn't make sense anymore after that point. She's already been freed. So then it's like, well, now I'm fighting for justice. How the fuck are you fighting for justice at your home in New Jersey selling t-shirts? How is that fighting? What are you doing to fight for justice for John O'Keefe? Let's be honest. Like nobody's really fighting for Karen Reed's done all she can. She's uncovered all this. It's up to the state police or the FBI now. They're the only ones that can do anything. They're not going to. So you could say you're fighting for justice for John O'Keefe, but like, are you? Are you really? Is anyone? You know, it's done. It's done. So he's like, but it's what keeps the grift going. You know, we're going to be focusing on justice for 𝗬𝗄. How are you focusing on that? Praying to raise money for Aidan and Karen. What the fuck are you raising money for Karen for? She's been freed. What money does Karen Reed need now? Like she'll make a fortune on, trust me, Karen Reed's going to get paid a lot. She don't need your fucking Etsy business to, you know, like she'll be good. Anyway, one of the designs on her shirt says Massachusetts State Police End Watch. I noticed that. See, it's what? Look at this. Massachusetts State Police End Watch. A couple problems with this one that she's selling. First of all, end of watch. John was not a member of the Massachusetts State Police. John was a Boston police officer. So this patch makes no sense whatsoever. The Massachusetts State Police disgraced his legacy by covering up his murder. So what the fuck is that? Also, end of watch might be nitpicking, but end of watch refers to police officers who have been killed in the line of duty. John was not killed in the line of duty. John was killed because he was shit-faced and he walked into an ambush, okay, by a bunch of drunken douchebags. That's it. And it was, you know, probably not intentional initially. That was not probably their plan, but he wasn't killed like chasing down a fucking armed robber or something. So I'm sorry, but like that matters when it comes to the end of watch thing. Like that's whatever. So also she made things that says, if Chloe bit, you must acquit, except she wrote Cole or Chol. She couldn't spell that right. Tough word. She also doesn't know how to spell Karen Reed, as we're going to see. She spells it R-E-I-D, which shows what she knows. And she also didn't make the patch. Like she's big proud of that Free Karen Reed State Police patch. As it turns out, this woman, Laura, made it. You know, it's not, I'm sure it's not like trademarked or whatever, but like, it's just cheap. Like make your own shit. You know what I mean? Like come up with your own fucking ideas. Everybody just let you know, I stole nobody idea. My hat looks nothing like her iron on. Okay. All right. Mine's are stitching. Okay. All right, cool. Awesome. Anyway, she would also do this whole thing about like Jen. I will never stop until you're all in prison. So this is August 1st. You're like, Jen McCabe is not going to prison because of you, bitch. Like you're nobody. You're just some fucking trash bag in New Jersey smoking all the fucking Parliament lights or whatever the fuck you're smoking down there. All of them. All right. But she's capital, but she knows that we all hate Jen McCabe. She knows that Jen McCabe is the Ratchet Madness reigning champion. So she's like capitalizing on that. She's like, oh, I'm going to jump in on that grift. I'm going to start being like, I'm anti-Jen McCabe. You know, we're going to fight for justice for John O'Keefe. And I didn't like this shit either. Like you're putting this shot down there. Like you're putting his fucking face on there and sell it. Like, I don't like that shit. I don't know. I have a problem with that. Anyway, her hats cost $35. You got to pay for those fucking piece of shit hats. So she must have been making a good amount of money. And every time people would ask her, where are the proceeds going? She'd have an answer like this. She sure will, as soon as I'm done and can figure it out otherwise, I'm busy. So I'm going to pay her. I'm going to donate to Karen Reed when I get around to it. I'm just busy grifting off of Karen Reed. FKR. She throws that in there so people will like it. Okay. Then she goes, proceeds when these are all done. Anything left goes to Karen Reed's defense fund. So she's like, all proceeds are going to Karen Reed? Okay, so that's a new thing. I thought half was. She keeps saying she's donating to me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then after the trial's over, she's going to donate $300. There's no way she made $600 profit off of this. No fucking way. She claims it's her that donated the $300. She showed a screenshot of somebody donating $300. For the sake of argument, I'm going to say it was her that donated the $300. But I don't know that. Okay? But then she goes, the rest that's left, if we get sold, we can probably donate another 300, 500. Again, why are we donating to the Karen Reed Legal Defense Fund at this point? She's been freed. She needed the money before. She doesn't need it now. That somebody goes, how much of the $30 is donated? Well, I just started like 4 days ago, and it's me. I'm swamped packing and shopping. Did you order? If you didn't order, you can't ask. I'll be sure to figure it all out because I don't plan on making a profit. 5 exclamation points. Did you know the price of a stitched hat shirt? Maybe go look and then come on back. Okay, lady. You know, I will be donating at the end, blah, blah, blah. And I asked her where the money went, and she's like, looser. Here's one. How I chose to put what I make, unlike you. I will do it the other way. You're not my boss. Get it right. Aren't you in enough trouble? And then what really got me is she starts selling these shirts, Crowd Daddy shirts. Bro. It's got my fucking name on it. Crowd Daddy Aidan. She's selling this shit. Are you kidding me? Looser. She goes on. Inbox or friend request me. And so I had no idea this woman was like selling shirts with my fucking name on it and my likeness. Like, you can't do that. And she's like using Jen. I'll never stop. So you're using the 𝗫𝗵𝗵𝗧𝘂𝗵 hate to sell Turtleboy shirts? What? She claims she was selling these shirts to help me and John get justice. But I haven't received a fucking penny. Nothing. And so I asked in the comments about it. And this is what she says. If there is an issue with my shirt, please let me know. I sell one shirt that I made. That's it. I just made that shirt like a few weeks ago. I will stop if you would like me to. Not a problem. Yeah, I shouldn't even have to ask. Why is this happening? I sold only 4. I was trying to help. You found out. How the fuck were you trying to help when you've given me nothing? Nothing. I go, you're selling my shirt with a name and likeness on it and making money off of my prosecution. I'm facing 105 years in jail, and this is just a way for you to make money on t-shirts? Disgusting. And she's like, oh, what? Okay, well, that was not the intent. Wow. The wow at the end got me. Like, wow, I'm so surprised that you would object to me using your tragedy and your misfortune to line my pockets. Sure, I've done nothing to earn this whatsoever. And I also didn't tell you I was doing it, but I can't believe you would object to that. Wow. Oh, wow. It's so out of line of you. Honey, I sold 4 shirts. I go, you said you were donated to my legal defense fund in your posts. I have not received any money, or have I? That's all I was going to say. Well, 24, I was told to do a turtle chat. I don't remember that one. I go, you didn't ask my permission. Wow, I did not expect you to be this way. Oh, I'm the problem, not you. And the only reason I made it was, first, I have been following you for almost 4 years. No, you haven't. Now I'm part of your group and truly just wanted to try and help out. Who the fuck are you helping besides yourself? I was mainly just selling for Karen and John and another person. How are you selling for them? You're selling for yourself. Another person said, make an Aidan shirt. So I said, okay, I do. Oh, so somebody made you do it. I do apologize. I will not sell any more of yours. I'm not trying to make a buck off you. Yes, you are. And so we left it at that. I didn't follow up. This is Tuesday. I left it alone. And then this woman comes in my inbox. Oh, another fucking boomer lady named Lori Riley. And she writes her own subject like it's a fucking email. Bitch, it's called, listen, boomers, okay? You don't need to write subject when you send someone a Facebook message. It's not a fucking email, okay? You don't have to write subject. So she writes subject, deep disappointment in your actions. So she's very disappointed. Okay. What are you disappointed in? I have been an avid fan of Turtleboy for a long time. I live just 10 minutes from Dedham Courthouse and have been there in person to support Aidan's case, even though I can't spell his name. That's why I was horrified to learn that you and Aidan allegedly harassed a woman who made Turtleboy shirts, one of which I purchased. First, any shirts bearing the Turtleboy name are not trademarked, and in my view, they actually view as free advertising for him. Oh yeah, I should be thankful to this woman. She's advertising my shirts. I didn't even fucking see him till recently, but she's doing a great job advertising them. Like, unbelievable that I'm the problem here. Okay. She was horrified that I harassed a woman. And so now I know this pissed me off because I'm like, oh, obvious, because I didn't make this public. Obviously, this Donna, see you next Tuesday. And try not to say the C word. Goes and complains to her. He's like, he's harassing me by asking me to stop fucking profiting off of his misfortune with the law. For Aidan to complain about this is disappointing enough. And then she's mad at my mod here. For you both to respond in such a hostile and unprofessional manner is truly unacceptable. Well, Laura, you can fuck yourself and die in a hole, okay? Which, based on the look of you, ain't that far away. So how's that for inappropriate? How do you like that, Laura? You think that you think me kindly asking someone to stop monetizing my prosecution is inappropriate? You think that? Oh, bitch, wait till you hear about my 50 favorite ways that I fantasize about you dying. That's, you want to talk inappropriate? Let's get started on that. First, number one, I would bury you alive while you're yelling, this is inappropriate. And I would just keep fucking throwing dirt on there over. And you're like, this is inappropriate. This is inappropriate. Oh, you like that, bitch? Sounds like you need some more dirt. I would just throw fucking so much dirt on you while you yelled at me for how inappropriate it is to throw dirt on you until you suffocated and you just no longer existed. That's it. That would be, how about that's number one? I got 49 other ways that I fantasize about you dying. Okay. And you can't send me to jail for saying that because you're not a witness. Only Brian Tully I only go to jail when I say that about Brian Tully. But I could say that about you all I want because you're not covered under the witness intimidation statute. So yes, I confession, Lori, I fantasized a lot about digging a hole, throwing you in it, and then slowly throwing a little dirt at a time. It lasted like 12 hours. It was slow and painful. And you begged me to stop throwing dirt in. And I just kept fucking doing it. There's more. You like this? Is this inappropriate? Here you go. That's what I think of you, Lori. Go fuck yourself. Anyway. So she says, then she goes, it's a sin for me to care about that. And being lectured about trademark. Oh, trademark. Oh, shut the fuck up. Fuck you know about trademark. Anyway, so she goes back to Donna. And so Donna says, didn't expect what? So I respond to her now. Now I'm pissed because she got this other bitch mad at me. I go, didn't expect what? To stand up for myself? I go, if you're profiting off the fact that I'm going to jail for 105 years, who were you helping by selling shirts? Okay. I got this other nut job, Lori Riley, messaging me. I'm going to bury her alive in my dreams. Okay. And who you obviously complained to And now she's lecturing me about what a bad person I am. And then Donna responds, you let me tell you something, FKR. Oh, I can't even do the voice. It's going to hurt to do the Donna voice, the Newport Lights voice. She goes, are you a trademark? No, bitch, I'm a whole person. I'm not a trademark. Am I a trademark? No, I'm a human being. Okay? What are you talking about? Am I a trademark? No. My lawyer asked me to ask you, bitch, you ain't got a lawyer. Who are you fooling? You got no money. You sell fucking t-shirts online. You got no money for a lawyer. Stop it. I don't know who you think you are, but you should really humble yourself. You are a bad person. Humble myself. I just don't want you monetizing my likeness. Okay? Stop messaging me. Stop messaging. You just messaged me 5 times in a row. People see you for who you truly are. I followed and supported because I was shocked by this case. But I thought you followed me for 4 years. Because I was shocked by this case and really thought you were okay. But now, after this, I sold 4 turtle shirts. You're going to fucking harass me. No, it's not really the turtle shirts that piss me off. It's the fact that you did this, all the Karen Reed shit too, that you didn't donate. You grifted off of people. You told people it was going towards Karen Reed, but it didn't. I'm not from Mass, but thank God I do have an attorney, and I have no problem with filing charges on you for harassment. She's going to file charges, folks. I love when they say that. I'm going to the police. Oh, yeah, go. I always say that. Like that fucking crazy cunt, Kara Horn. Couldn't get enough. She'd always tell me, I'm going to go to the Oxford police, and I'm going to file a report against go. Yeah, cool. Let me know how that goes. Let me know how that goes. Go to your local police department and say, there's a man on the internet who has asked me to stop selling t-shirts with his name on it. Can you go arrest him? And I go, what? She goes, are you out of your mind? I go, did you not watch the Deaver testimony? We don't, the Alan Jackson cross, like the only people who file charges are police. You don't get to just pick someone you don't like and say, I'm filing charges on you. It's not how it works. She's like, first of all, why did you even reach out to me? For what? The fact that I sold a shirt with a turtle on it? I even put a crown on your head. What? So it's okay because you put a crown on my head? I'm dead. I'm crying over here. I'm going to mail a check for $24. And I'll never sell a shirt again. You really think everybody in Mass is crazy? Oh, yeah. Well, we all know people in New Jersey. There's no nut jobs in New Jersey. That state is known for being a haven for fair-minded and rational people for sure. Right. Anyway, and quite frankly, send me the trademark on a turtle shirt, okay? And then I'll stop selling it. So she's like, I'm going to keep selling it. I don't have to stop selling it because you said it. Yes, you do. Do not message me back for real. I will never sell a turtle shirt again. Trust and believe. I am in the wrong. You trademark. Show me the trademark. Something's wrong with you. Put me on your stream or whatever. I'm telling you now, I promise you, I will be pressing charges on you. So she's going to be, she told me to put her on the stream. So I think I should call her. Let's call her right now. I'm going to call her right now. Give me 1 sec. You watching, Donna? I know you better be watching me, Donna. Let me call her. Hold on. Now we got to log out of my fucking account and log into the other account because it only lets you call on Chrome. Actually, I could probably call right on my phone, right? Interesting. All right. Just let me log into this. You can call her right on here. Oh, she blocked me. Did she block me? Oh, she blocked me. Bro, I'm blocked. I can't call her. I'm blocked. That's it. Okay, so no shout, no calls. Damn it. Yeah, she's gonna be with 𝗄𝗏𝗏 in 5 minutes. You know that's coming. You know the next recruit to the Isle of unfuckable misfit losers. That's how they get them. I'm not a scammer. Get it right. I live in a nice house. I drive a nice car. I have money. I don't need to make money off of you or Karen Reed, which you can't spell. I donated to Karen Reed. 300. Okay, right. She's so rich. She doesn't need this. She doesn't. I'm like, okay, so you have a lot of money. Time to pony up then. You can afford to donate half the profits then. You don't need the money. Anyone, you picked the wrong one. I don't care how many viewers you have. I don't care who likes you. People always say that. They're like always victimizing themselves. Like, I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care. Go ahead, write about me. You're harassing me by threatening to write about you. Bitch, you started shit with me. And I'm not. I kind of used to do this. I don't do this anymore. Like, I would never like threaten someone. I'm going to write about you. If you don't do what I say, you know, you better do this or I'm going to write about you. No, that's gay. I would never do that. But like I said, but I'm thinking in my head, yeah, okay, bitch, you want to do it this way. This is how we're going to do it. You know what I mean? But I would never like say that. I would never say that I'm going to write about you as like a weapon or anything like that. But I am going to write about you. And because I have a right to write about you. And like, also, I feel like people have a right to know. Like, there's a lot of people out there who you saw how many people were buying merch off her. I want this out there. Like, everybody knows she sucks. And that's what I do to people. I am so glad I called out Joel STS there, because I haven't liked that guy ever. I just thought he was fucking useless. A lot of these guys that just like offer nothing, these content people that just offer fucking nothing, and he's the king of it. I never, ever liked that fucking guy. So I'm really glad he kind of came at me, because then it gave me an excuse to just rip into his motherfucker, really expose him. And I think I handled it pretty well, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, because there's a sensitive issue, the Holocaust. But I think I did a pretty effective job. I heard from some Jews that messaged me and they will look at Turtleboy. I'm a Jewish person, and I was worried about how you, like, if you were going to go down, because the things that Joel was saying, a lot of people would respond to that and be like, you know, anti-Israel or whatever, like just ripping, you know, a lot of anti-Semitism out there. I didn't do that. I kept it to the facts. And I'm like, look at, man, big 𝗏 fan. I'm a big 𝗏 fan than you. And you're hiding behind 𝗏. Okay. Right. And the invitation still stands to have 𝗏 on my show. I think people would like that. I think 𝗏 would like that. I think it would drive you nuts. I don't think you'd like that, but you know, you have a whole channel and a book dedicated to shitting on your mother because you call your show Surviving the Survivor, which suggests that like your mom is some bad person that you have to survive. I think 𝗏's great. Get her on. Let's get her on the show. Give me your number, Joel. Oh, she's in Wayne, New Jersey. Oh, crap. I shouldn't have put that up there. Wayne, New Jersey. Crap. Let me try it. Now, whatever. I'm not going to call her. Just past her bedtime. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. She just kept going on and on. You're going to hear from my attorney. Okay. Stop messaging me. I'm writing a story to talk about this. And she goes, listen, psychopath. I have a ton of shirts here still. I'm not you. Know what? I'm not bothering with you. Leave me alone. You're a bully. Now you want receipts on what you sold for Karen Reed. She learned how. Oh, she spells it wrong another way. I can't with these people. I already told you, press the charges on you. And you keep going. Yes, it's almost like your fake lies didn't work with me. I told you to stop texting me. You're messaging me. Anyway, it just went on and on and on. You guys get the point there. That's that. Okay, cool. Listen, psychopath. I gotta get more water. My voice is struggling. Hold on. I'm gonna start to sound like Donna if I don't get a drink. Hold on. All right, we're back. All right, cool. Let's do this. Want to read some turtle chats, shall we? All right, Linda sends $10 and goes, "Hi, Dr. Daddy. I wish I could send more. I look up to you because you're not afraid to say what's on your mind. Been following you since the first trial, but never commented or sent a Cash App. I fled a violent, abusive ex with my kids to a shelter. Sorry to hear that. I was going to ask if I could buy a couple tickets to your show and raffle them off. Of course you could. Yeah, absolutely. I'm working 12 to 14 hours a day to get myself, well, out of the shelter. It's affecting their mental health. I love you, doctor. When I hit the lottery, I'll send you a big bag." Like, so you want to raffle them off. Wait a minute. I don't get, actually, let me think about that. I can't have you buying the tickets and then raffling them off and keeping the profit. I can't have that, obviously. So no, I mean, let me think about that one. But you can keep your money. Like, you don't need to. I'll buy the tickets and raffle them off. I don't need you to do it, I guess, is what I'm saying. But thank you. Okay, cool. Next. A little confused by that one. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, L Moraine sends $5. Again, I'm not, I appreciate the $5, but I ain't reading that one. So sometimes for the most part, I'll read every turtle chat, but if it just gets too personal, I'm not reading it, period. Thank you. Next. Cat Cool sends $5 and says, Cosgrove told the judge that he didn't think Ratchet Madness was illegal. It was just kind of mean. Isn't that literally what all your charges are about? You said something that someone thought was mean. The rest of us thought it was funny and insightful. Bingo, Cat. That basically sums it up. I mean, it really was that's the crux of our argument, was that, like, yeah, like it might be, some might find it, I am mocking these people. I am talking about them. I am making them objects of public scorn and ridicule. I am doing that. I am humiliating them, right? I'm criticizing them. I'm accusing them of stuff, right? Like, I'm doing all of that. No, guilty is charged. I'm doing all of that. But as Cosgrove said, it's not illegal. So then what are we doing here? Why are you trying to put restrictions on shit for shit that's not illegal? Like, he's like, his argument was that, like, there should be a protective order on all of this information, and the fake victim's phone should not be given to him because he'll humiliate her and he'll humiliate them. It's like, as Tim Bradle said, tough shit. Who cares? I'm not threatening any of them. Who cares? Like, welcome, bro. BLT and Jess Machado just fucking humiliate each other a little bit. It's like they can handle it. So can Jennifer McCabe. They can all fucking handle it. Boom. Next. Doxing and Seaman sends $10 and goes, I bought Wilbur tickets for my parents and my fiance for a night out in Boston. Supporting real journalism. We love you, Turtleboy. Yeah, I mean, it's fancy, It's the theater district. It's fucking the Wilbur. It's like, So that's why it's like I was worried about, I'm like, are ticket sales too high for this, or like people are going to be turned off? But people also understand it's like, this ain't it, you know, this is not at the Elks. It's at the 𝗃𝗵𝗲 Theater. Like, you're paying for the atmosphere and the whole thing of it all. So I'm really looking forward to the 𝗃𝗵𝗲 show. Less than a month away. It's gonna be dope. Cannot wait. And I hope to see a lot of you fine people there. It's gonna be dope. All right, next. Jenny Loftus sends $10, goes, hey, you hot crowd daddy. Again, I just read the messages. I love you and what you stand for. Nothing will be better in life than when they dismiss your case and you're exonerated. I agree with that. So happy to have found you, and your reporting never stop. Well, thank you very much, Jenny Loftus. Oh, I dream of that day, baby. I dream. I can't wait. The day that my charges are gone. But the thing about it is I have no idea how they're going to go away. Like, I knew that Karen's, after a while, at first I thought the feds were going to fix everything. And so I'm like, this shit doesn't even matter. It's never going to trial. The feds are going to arrest all these people. Everything will be good. But then it didn't, you know. Then it's like it's just okay. So the feds are out, so that's not going to happen. Well, maybe it'll get dismissed, and then it's like, well, 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗃 is there, and it's like, well, that's not going to happen. So I guess we're going to trial. No big deal, right? Okay, like yeah, we'll be, like trial's not good, but whatever. Like no one, they're never going to convict her, and then a fucking hung jury happens, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? So you start getting nervous. So it was obviously a big relief. I didn't think it was going to be. I knew Karen Reed was going to be free one day. I just didn't think it was going to be that dramatic. You know, I really thought it was going to be less ceremoniously. Like I thought that it would just be like some written thing, like this is dismissed. I thought something would happen where it would just go away, but no, we went through the whole trial. I'm like, there's no way they're going to bring out all the McAlberts and Proctor. They're not going to do that to themselves and humiliate themselves. And then they did twice. Well, they really only brought the McAlberts once, but you get my point. So anyway, with me, it's like, I don't know how my charges are going to go away. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to happen. The FBI is not going to save me. Obviously, that's not in the cards. But there are a lot of avenues to dismiss these charges against me, especially now with this new shit that's come up. Like, this is big. They can pretend like it's not, but you're not the better all letters. Like the people like, oh, it's just letters, whatever. It's like, no, this is all building something. And it's going to start to come into fruition soon. When Bettero puts this all together and Bradel argues this all, and like, dude, we got a team effort going on. Now we got Olivia Lambo added to the team behind the scenes. Like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And we can go after them for prosecutorial misconduct, for selective prosecution. That's a good one, considering all the people they have in charge of witness intimidation. But there's a lot. There's a lot. So I don't know. And then there's also the political factor of the rate we're going at right now. This is going to bring us into the election season next year. And I can't imagine Michael Morrissey getting reelected. So what then? You know, what then? And we're going to air all their dirty laundry out in the meantime and let the world know what they're doing. What then? What happens if Michael Morrissey's ousted and we get a new DA? I mean, I would assume they're not going to have the same gung-ho to come after me that Morrissey's office is. Morrissey's obsessed with me. You saw him in all his emails talking about me, trying to get the attorney general to come after me. There's just a lot of people who could end this. And worst comes to worst case situation is trial. I'm not afraid of a trial. I mean, I am a little afraid because juries make me nervous. Ronnie's still fucked with my head. But at the end of the day, I'm not that worried. Like, okay, I didn't intimidate anyone. I'm like the least intimidating person on earth. You know, I'm 5'9", 170. What the fuck am I going to do? I don't bring guns. I don't bring knives. What am I going to do? How can I possibly intimidate these people? How can I possibly scare them? I can't. Period. End of story. All right. Thanks for that one. Frenchie sends $5 and goes, was the Moynihan video real? I hate that people make you out to be problematic for exposing real issues. You handled him perfectly. I can't wait to meet you on the 12th, and we'll be coming from New York. Yes. I did do a why am I drawing a blank right now? I did do a podcast or show this week that I was late for. I think, where'd it go? The Moynihan report. It was on the with Michael Moynihan. He was from Vice News, the Free Press, the Fifth Column, and he didn't really follow the 𝗵𝗵𝗃 case much, but he invited me on, so I'm going to go on, whatever. And you know, he asked confrontational questions, but I'm not afraid of confrontational questions. Ultimately, I think he was on my side when it comes to like the First Amendment and arguing like that. He agreed that I had a right to do everything that I was doing. His whole thing was like, you didn't have to, like, it was kind of dickish basically. And I'm like, okay, fine. I disagree with you that it was dickish, but we both agree that we don't arrest people for being dicks, right? And he did agree with that. You know, he did agree with that. So like we agreed. So it might have seemed confrontational if you watched it, but I don't think it was that bad. So thank you for that. Okay, thanks for Frenchie. Tiffany sends $50 and goes, Crowd Daddy, thanks for standing up for what's right. #free Turtleboy. You're too nice, Tiffany. I appreciate that very much, and I'm always going to stand up for what's right. Hey, Nikki sends $10 and goes, it's time to trademark your brand, but beware. Once you do that, you'll start getting scam calls up the ass saying you owe fees to complete your trademark process. It happened to another YouTuber I watch. I love and support you. You know, we'll all help you out. And maybe I should do that, but I don't know. It's not on my list. First, I got to get free. So there's that. Next. Says Lori sends $50 and just says card. Oh, you guys are a riot. Thank you for that one. Next up, we have Paul sends $5, goes, happy 26th birthday, Lauren. She is the biggest turtle rider. Well, thank you. Happy birthday, Lauren. Hope all things are well with you, and hope you have a great day. What's today, August 16th? Keep up the good work. Way to not die this year. Good job staying alive. Appreciate that. Aaron sends $25 and goes, I wish I could go to the Wilbur show. It's going to be so good. Any update on the pay-per-view option? I have to talk to them about that. I don't even know if that's allowed. So we'll see. Next. Blessed mom from Texas, Lisa, sends $15 and goes, sending my love to you, Daddy, Aidan. Keep fighting. I support you 100%. Keep exposing all these idiots. I'm hoping I can make it to Boston soon. I think your charges will be dropped sooner or later. Cosgrove can't keep up. I pray for you daily. Texas is behind you. Journalism isn't a crime. Well, thank you. Texas is behind Turtleboy. You heard that, folks? You heard it here first. Texas has my back. And don't mess with Texas. That's what they say. Don't mess with Texas. Except in baseball, Little League Baseball. I think the kids from Braintree are going to be playing them. Do you guys happen to watch it? So Braintree Little League, they beat Holden actually to win the state championship. And then they made it to the New England regionals, right? But it's not really the New England regionals because Rhode Island and Connecticut aren't in it. And so you only play Vermont, Maine, and New Hampshire. And they like mercied Maine. They beat them 15-0. Then they beat Vermont 9-0. And then they played New Hampshire and they won 3-2, but they won on like a coaching fuck up, like a bad call at the plate that they could have reviewed. Kid was clearly out. And they called him safe. I don't know. Anyway, they should have won. New Hampshire should have won that game, but they didn't. And Braintree made the Little League World Series. So then there's 10 teams in it, okay, from all these different regions. Connecticut won the Metro. So Connecticut should be in New England, and they won the Metro. And Connecticut is apparently the balls. They're fucking nasty. They're undefeated. They've won their first 2 games from Fairfield. I forget who they beat. It was like real states, like good states that you're like, I bet you they're fucking good. And they won. Okay. So they appear to be the real deal. Now, Braintree was playing South Carolina. And so like what's South Carolina? It's a small state, right? But I'm like, I don't know anything about this team from South Carolina, but I know that to get there, they would have to beat the best team from Georgia, the best team from Florida, the best team from North Carolina, the best team from Tennessee, the best team from Alabama. Like that, they're the Southeast champion. So they played them. Though it was like slaughter. I'm like, there was this one kid, the pitcher. He was a pitcher for them, and he also was like their star hitter, obviously. And I'm like, bro, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. And he got up in the second inning, the bases were loaded. You're like, just fucking walk him. Just walk. You have to walk this kid, right? And nope. Like right, left. Didn't he? I'm like, he's crowding the plate. I'm like, throw it inside. Throw it inside. Nope. Throws him a ball, curve ball, just smashed it. Grand slam. And they ended up mercing him. They called the game after 4 innings. So it's like, it's not 3 times the size of Mass in population, my dude. Massachusetts has more people than South Carolina, so get it right. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm very happy that for the Braintree kids that they got to make it that far. But it's the journey might be over. Like it's like, I'm just saying they should be happy they made it this far. But now they've gotten this far and they're like, oh shit, that kid's, what are they feeding them, those boys over there, you know? And anyway, so I said that because they're in the losers bracket now, and they're playing Texas, which lost to Connecticut, I believe. So Texas against Massachusetts. I don't know when they're playing. Oh, they won today? Did they beat Texas? Let me see. I want to see the Little League. I didn't see it. Little League World Series. I'm going to go to the website right now. I do enjoy the Little League World Series. They won today. Congratulations. Well, they're back. Did 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 pitch? He was the coach's son. He scored the winning run in the, let's see, regional tournament. The bracket. Okay. Oh, they won 7-3. So we're not in. So Texas, you're out. You're out, Texas. And then we have here the Metro. This is Connecticut. Yeah, they beat the West, which was Hawaii, and they beat the Southwest, which is Texas. And so now they're going to play the Midwest champion, which I think is South Dakota. And yeah, they'll move along. So they have to beat Northwest, which I'm assuming is going to be what, Washington or Oregon or one of those states. And then, so then they have to win that game and another game and another game and another game to get to the final. So they got a lot of work to do, but maybe they can do it. Go Braintree. I believe in you kids. You can do it. I don't know if you'll ever be as good as the kids from Worcester in 2002 that made the national championship, but I'm rooting for you guys anyway. I don't think Massachusetts has ever won the Little League World Series, so we'll see. All right, cool. Back to the turtle chats here. We have Amanda sends $10, goes, poor Donna. That Thunder, see you next Tuesday, is sitting at home smoking Lucifer Lights while hitting a fifth of Gordon's vodka. Yes, she is. Shell sends $25 and goes, hey, sir. Thank you for being an unapologetic icon, for bringing some of the most entertaining YouTube presentations, interviews, court coverage, and shit talk sessions, especially bringing Bredero into my life. He is generous with his time, a true gentleman. Since you don't receive the accolades you deserve, I appreciate all the work you do and the laughs. Consider your friendly neighbor from the north. Well, thank you very much, Shell. You're too kind. I appreciate that. Couple more here. Brittany Floyd sends $5 and goes, this may be hard, But if I'm introducing someone to you in your work, which streams or shows would you pick the first show? Do you have a running top 10 of most iconic Turtleboy pieces in your opinion? Much love. Yes, actually, I do have a story. If you just Google TB Daily News top 50 articles, I did a top 50 list like in 2023, right before the start of this case, actually. So Can't Read's not included in that, but as far as best shows, I don't, you'd have to ask the Turtle Riders. I don't know off the top of my head, but next. Patty sends $25, goes, what are the details of the meet and greet before or after the show? Will it be after the show for sure? But I gotta think of something creative for that. I want to do something cool because I gotta give them their money's worth. I want to get the full package, you know, something cool that no one else gets. I gotta watch Kirk's show from the Wilbur. I just want to get some ideas. And Jimmy's got a lot of ideas too. It's gonna be cool, whatever you do. I think I want to do a rap too. I feel like I should do a rap. We can do it. We can do a lot. I picked Jimmy to do this for a reason because he's very creative and he's a very good interviewer. And you know, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, Karen sends $25 and goes, come on, people. See, I disagree with this. She goes, can you give more than $5 to the Turtleboy Defense Fund? No, I don't like that. People give whatever the fuck they want. I appreciate every dollar. I appreciate that. This is awesome Saturday night entertainment. Don't be cheap for fuck's sakes. Dr. Crowd Daddy, keep up the good work. You're amazing. Now, I appreciate that, Karen, very much. Not everyone's on the same budget. You know, people give what they can, and it's every single penny is appreciated. Okay, but it's got to be $5. You can't don't throw $1 at me. I'm not some cheap whore. I can't do that. All right. All right, cool. Let me see Cash Apps here if we have any. Naomi sends $5 and says, thank you for exposing Donna. My pleasure. Old school Turtleboy shirt right there. Oh, and Laura says, in the links session on Turtleboy's YouTube, there is a link to the top 10 stories. So you can see that one. Thank you. Callie sends $5 and goes, for a new shovel and a trademark. I do need a new shovel from burying Lori. Just burying her alive. Lisa sends $10, goes, can you support my Etsy shop? Print this. Okay. Very funny, Lisa. I agree. Barry Lewis is back. Nice to see Barry here. He sends $24.90 and he goes, pray for Boston Mike. Okay. Not sure what we'd be praying for, but love Boston Mike. Thank you. $10 from Alan and says, what does Krusty get from her grift? Can't be money. No, she doesn't even need money. I think that's a distraction when people are like, she's being paid by the Commonwealth. I'd prefer if she wasn't. I'd prefer, like, she's doing this for the love of the game. You know what I mean? Like, she might be getting paid. I don't know. But like, Mike has cancer? Does he really? That's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. You're going to beat it, my dude. Sorry to hear that, brother. But you know, we love you. But Alan's, yeah. What does she get for her grift? Just this, she gets off on just coming at me. Like, it's all she does in her life all the time. So that makes sense. Alan sends $10 and goes, Julie Grant is Ratchet. No lies detected. Meatball Morrissey's Sketty Stain sends $10, goes, all the McAlberts need AA. Yes, they do. Ashley sends $5 and goes, and I already read the one. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So there's that. If anyone else wants their message read, click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy, and we can do it that way. All right. So, what I want to do now so you guys might have seen this, but the fake victims motion to dismiss the lawsuit I filed against her for repeatedly defaming me and calling me a rapist, amongst other things, has been denied. So we won that. Now, she filed an anti-slap motion to dismiss. She's representing herself. She raised like $3,000 and has not paid for a lawyer with that $3,000. and she argued anti-slap. Anti-slap protects you, like is an easy way to get a lawsuit dismissed if you are sued for your participation in government activities. Like, so if you are protesting the government and the government sues you for that, you can file an anti-slap law. And she argued that because she testified in front of a grand jury against me, that my lawsuit against her should be dismissed because I'm only suing her. And that would be true if I was suing her for what she said to the grand jury. I'm not suing her for what she told the grand jury. I'm suing her because she went on Twitter repeatedly and thought it was cool to just call me a rapist over and over and over again. And I've been down this road before. So like basically, I'd like to point this out too. She filed for a restraining order against me, not once, but twice. She got it the first time. It was denied the second time. You know what the easiest way to get a restraining order on someone is? Just say that they raped you. So if I raped her, which is absurd and ridiculous and offensive and you name it, okay, then wouldn't you put that down on your application for a restraining order? Wouldn't you? Oh yeah, you raped me. She never mentioned that. She never went to the police about this. The only reason this came up is that when I got out of jail, after she lied about me to put me in jail with some fake assault, I went to the Medfield police and I said, I'd like to file a criminal complaint against her for wiretapping because she had a Ring camera in her bedroom that she didn't tell me about. And it got me, doing a little push. Okay. And I did not consent to that. Right. And she's like, oh, he liked it. It doesn't matter if you like it. I wasn't told. I would have done my hair differently, performed differently, looked at the camera, right? Better angles. It's like, no, you didn't tell me about that. So I feel violated. All right. So that's wiretapping. It's whatever. If we're going to enforce the law, we're going to enforce the fucking law. So that's wiretapping. Right. So I went, don't say no, grape. We'll call it grape, right? Grape. Okay. So I went and told the Medfield police this. And they were like, well, we need to see the tape. And I'm like, okay, well, here's the tape she sent me. And that's entered into evidence now. And it's like but they did agree. They wrote a report and they agreed that this is wiretapping. And so you know what they did though? They go, because it's a felony, they go, we've given this to the Norfolk County DA's office to prosecute, which means it's in a black hole somewhere and nothing's getting done. Okay. But anyway, when I went and filed, they agreed that it was wiretapping. And so then they called her down and they're like, he made this allegation against you of wiretapping. And in response, that is when, because she had her back up against the wall, that's when she decided, no, do not FOIA Chad the fucking sex tape. Okay. Pervert. Anyway, she, because she was in a jam and faced with the police accusing her of wiretapping me, she then, as a defense mechanism, concocted this thing about grape. She goes, he graped me on October 15th, 2023. Okay. And because we had gone out that night to some bar in Norwood. It was the first, if you would call it, it's not a date, but it was like, usually I would just go over her apartment and, it's like, well, she got 4 kids. She ain't leaving. And it's like, well, this is convenient. And then push, and then get the fuck out of there. Right. That was the state of our relationship. And then but she, in a message to Kara Horn, says, "Oh, I'm going to make him work for it." She said, "I'm going to make him take me out somewhere fancy." Okay. So of course I took her to McMorgan's, but not the McMorgan's on Route 1, like the real one. I took her to the satellite McMorgan's, which is in a hotel in Norwood. And, no food, no meals of food. That was our spot, was McMorgan's. And, when we were there, like, she's an alcoholic, so she was drinking, but she was always drinking. And, she seemed fine. She wasn't puking or throwing up or like whatever. She was just drunk like she normally is, like whatever. But then on the ride home, she got really jealous when she was at the bar because some people recognized me and started taking pictures. She hated that shit when people did that because she got like jealous. And she like, what do you think? And then on the way home, she starts ripping into me. And, normally in that situation, there would be what people would refer to as roadhead, right? But then she starts ripping into me. And she's like, "Oh, you think you're so fucking hot. You think you're this and that. You think you're nothing. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're a midget loser. Blah, 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 blah." Okay. Well, then she's like, "Pull over. I have to puke." So I pulled over in Westwood somewhere. And she gets out of the car and she doesn't puke. She just starts walking down the road on Route 109. And I'm like, what the fuck? She can get hit by a car. I'm like, I go over to her. I'm like, "Can you get back in the car? This is a little dramatic here, don't you think? What's going on there?" She gets back in the car. Okay. And she continues the whole, "You're a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah." Okay. So we get back to her apartment and I go to drop her off. And I'm like, well, I guess this relationship has run its course, right? I guess that's the end of that. I guess we're done here, right? Never see you again because you hate me apparently and are been holding this in and now you're just letting it out. Okay, cool. Nope. We got back there. It was like none of it happened. Flip switch happened. She's like, "Well, now it's time for you to come in here and do what you always do. Okay. Give it to me, daddy." And I'm like, "Okay, well, sure. Yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, sure. You just completely called me horrible things and said I'm a piece of shit and you hate me, but also I'm not going to marry you anyway. So what the fuck do I care? Like, okay, say mean shit to me. I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, I'm in this for one thing anyway. Let's be real about it. Let's be clear. Like, so are you, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Okay. And so, did that. The next morning, and of course, there's always a tape, big into taping. Okay. Then next morning, everything's fine. Okay. And, go on with her day. Later on in the day, she's like, "Oh, I told her about," I'm like, "Yeah, you were really like, you said some mean shit to me last night. Holy shit. Where'd that come from?" And she was embarrassed about it. You could tell she was embarrassed. She was like, "Oh shit, he saw the real me. Fuck. Been trying to hide that." And she's like, "I am so sorry about that. I don't remember anything. I was black. I don't remember anything. I was so drunk." She was using she put it in writing too, in text. She's like using the whole, "I don't remember anything." Not because she remembered it all. Like, she remembered the good parts. Okay. But she remembered yelling at me, but she was embarrassed by it. And so she's like, "I don't remember any of this. I'm so whatever. I don't mean any of that stuff. Avi, I really care about you," and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And so she is saying now, because she put in writing that, like, "I don't remember any of this." And I wrote back, I go, "I wasn't sure if we should." And they're using that against, she used that. And Krusty's like pointing out, all these retards pointing it out about like, "I wasn't sure if we should." It's like, I wasn't sure if we should because you just said you hated me. Like, why would I want to fuck somebody that hates me? Like, why would we do that? Like, if you really felt this way, why would you want to do the push, right? And so that's what I'm not like, because you were drunk. First of all, I'm sorry. Like, if having sex with a drunk person is grape, bro, are you how hard, like, What? Who hasn't had sex with a drunk person before? Everybody has. You like you can only be stone cold sober when you get busy? That doesn't sound fun. Who does that? But anyway, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, and exactly, Erica. Hate fucking is the thing. Like, just go ahead, take it out of me. I don't care. I'm an inanimate object. Use me. I don't care. Go ahead. You really give it to me. Give it to me. Right? Go ahead. You're so mad at me. Show me who's boss. Right? Go ahead. Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what do I care? But anyway, so that's obviously not grape. Grape is a big deal, you know, and it shouldn't. A lot of people who are grape victims, right, suffer psychologically. It causes a lot of damage to women and men, but most grape victims are probably women. But and yeah, so it's like it's offensive to actual grape victims to say that. So anyway, I sued her because you can't go and say that. And I'm not going to allow it. And other people started saying it. And guess what? It stopped. I don't hear anyone saying that shit no more. We put it out there. And there's also, like I said, there's also a tape. Okay? There's a fucking tape. And now I can't share the tape, right? Because that would be revenge pornography, right? But there is a tape of this grape. Okay? And it's in the police report. She goes to the police and shows them the fucking video. So I can't believe this. The Medfield police are like, I cannot watch these two people fuck anymore. Can't do it. And so she goes to them and and it's in the police report. They watch me do it. So like these guys are watching me, you know, do my thing, my expertise. And they're like, you got to read the report. It's like, it was stand-up doggy position. And she was against the fridge and she's holding on to the fridge, hands on, and he was really giving it to her from behind. And he was really getting some good pumps in there. Like, this is the way the report is written. And then she was, I forget exactly what it says, but it says at the end, something to the effect of, that guy was the fucking man. Like that guy's, I get it now why she's so crazy about it. Like, no, it didn't say that, but she says, at the end, it says at the end that it does not appear that either of them was like too incapacitated for whatever. Like, it's like clearly not rape. Like, that's clear when reading it. And she says she doesn't want to press charges, but even if she didn't want to press charges and they thought it was grape, they would have to charge me anyway. Just wouldn't matter, you know? Yeah, they didn't say that. They did say that in the report, like he's a fucking stud. I get it. Totally get it now. You know, good for him. I think they wrote, I don't remember, but it was just weird to know that like some detectives and cops in the Medfield Police Department are like analyzing a sex tape with the fridge. And like, bro, and like during the fucking video, she calls me fucking daddy, like during the video. That's not grape. Okay. You can't, if you're being graped by somebody, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, grape me daddy. Like, you're not going to do that. I got the fucking tape. And if we're going to keep going with this, it's like, I don't know how this works. Like, does this get shared in court? I don't know. Exhibit A, Your Honor. Here you go. Anyway, so anyway, I sued her for that and we won. We haven't won yet, but the motion to dismiss was denied. I'm talking to my lawyer Monday and we're going to talk next steps with this, how far we're going to go with this, who we depose in, and then who we suing after that. Because we got a whole plan here. So anyway, that does Aidan feel that's okay. Like I said, I don't care, you know, just don't that. And then Clay came along like 3 weeks later. Clay appeared after she started like, so that was the sign. I should have walked away at that point and been like one last hurrah. But then we're at McMorgan's the next weekend, right? Back at it. Cause she goes, oh, I don't even, She put this in, right. This can be a little graphic. So take your kids away. She goes, oh, she goes, I don't even remember. You made my fantasies come true and at McMorgan's. And I don't even remember. It's like your fantasy is to get finger blasted in McMorgan's. That can't be. What? That can't be. And so it's all in fucking writing. That's the same night. Right. And so then she gets progressively crazier every weekend, but then it was like, I was just addicted. You know what I mean? Some guys are just addicted to fucking crazy. And it's like, because in my mind, I'm like, what does it matter? I'm married with fucking kids anyway. Like, I'm just in this for a good time. Yeah, she's a fucking nut job, but also who cares? Right? Just what else? It's like, this is a guarantee every Friday night. Guarantee. Lock it up. Lock it up. And do not call me appliance daddy. No, fridge daddy. Stop it. And then the Halloween party came along, and she lost her mind at the Halloween party because she was so jealous and like of other women, particularly this woman, Lauren, who was a friend of mine at that point. Right. But she did not want Lauren around at all. Okay. And so she's all like, she was freaked out because she's like, you're still fucking her. And she always accused, you're fucking Karen Reed. Say, yeah, I know you're fucking her. I know you're fucking her. Everyone, I know you're fucking her. Nope. I can't. I got soccer practice, right? I can't. I just see you Fridays. That's it. I can't. I don't have time to fuck anyone else. Okay. And so then I forget the whole progression of it, but Baby Clay came around. I found out about Baby Clay November 9th was when Baby Clay came into play. And Clay was just a way to keep me around because she knew that she had shown me at this point how crazy she is. And a normal guy like me would just walk away at that point. And I was pretty close to it. But it's always like you tell yourself you're going to walk away. And then you're like, yeah, just one last fuck, like one last bang, one last just for old time. Then I'm done. Then I'm out. This chick's getting too crazy. One last time. That's what you always say. One, because people have said that to me, like, why would you keep doing it? Why would you keep doing it? I'm like, because I just couldn't walk away because I enjoyed it. Like, that's the truth of it all. I was having a good time. And I'm just like, whatever, one last fucking time. Like, what does it matter? And like, she was nasty. Like, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Some people like nasty. Okay. But I digress. So then Clay comes along. And once Baby Clay was here, then I'm like, I can't leave her. I have like an obligation now. I have a fucking, this is a mess. I didn't sign up for this. So I'm having a baby with a crazy person. Okay. And with a history, I didn't know all about her DCF history at the time, but I'm like, there's 4 kids in this house already. One of them lives in a fucking closet. You can't live. Like, what are we going to do here? What is the plan? If this baby is going to be here in 9 months, the fuck am I going to do? And I'm not one to like pressure somebody to do something they don't want to do. And so one day she told me, she's like, I'm not getting an abortion. I'm like, then don't. And then the next day she texts me. She's like, I'm at the abortion clinic right now. She sends me a fucking picture of herself at the abortion clinic. She claims on November 27th. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, do you need a ride? Are you okay? And then she's like, I can't do it. As it turns out, that picture had metadata on it from December 7th, 2021. So that was from a previous abortion. So she got another abortion in 2021. Of course, she memorialized it by taking a fucking picture because that's normal, and sends me it to make me think that she's at the abortion clinic, but she wasn't really, and that she's just trying to fuck with me. And I'm like, what? And then are you okay? She's like, I can't go through with it. I talked to her on the phone. I'm like, then don't. Then don't. I'll come pick you up. You need a ride, blah, blah, blah. And then she just doesn't answer the rest of the day. Just ghosted me completely. November 27th. Remember well. Ghosted me the rest of the day. And then November 28th comes along and I have a court hearing. She just doesn't get back to me. So I'm like, is Clay alive? Has Clay been eliminated? Is Clay in some trash can in a Planned Parenthood in Brookline somewhere? What is going on? Where's Clay? What is the state of Clay? And so November 28th comes around. I try calling her, texting, doesn't answer. I'm like, what the fuck? And so then I pull into court in Stoughton, and who parks next to me? Fake victim. I'm like, hello? Fancy what? I have to go in I have so much I want to ask you, but I have to go into court. So going to court, and she's there to like support me, I guess. And I'm like, okay. And I also saw the day before in a Norwood moms group, she posted a thing looking for a babysitter for her kids so she could come to court while she's ignoring all my texts, asking her like, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And so she just shows up to court. And then afterwards, I'm like, so can we talk? She's like, okay. So we went to a Dunkin' Donuts in Stoughton and sat in the car. We didn't even go inside. We just sat in the fucking parking lot. And I'm like, so what happened? And then she's like, I did it. You made me do it. I'm like, what? You had a abortion? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I hugged her. I'm like, are you okay? And then she's like, then her number one concern, are you going to leave me now? Can we still be together? Now I had been, I'm like, okay, there's no baby anymore. Baby Clay's gone. Right. So I'm like, I feel uneasy, like, because that would have fucked me up anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm thinking in my head, oh yeah, thank God this bullet's been dodged. So I'm like, I am out of here, but like, I can't do it right now because she's crying, and I'm going to do what's called the slow fade, right? That was my plan. Let's do the slow fade, right? And okay, cool. And then, so I'm like, she's like, is there any chance we can be together? And I'm like, yeah, maybe. Because what am I going to say? Yeah, no, like, she's like crying. She's been through something traumatic. She claims she didn't want to do this, that I made her do it. And then the rest of the week, that whole week up until December 4th, she's sending me messages telling me I'm in pain from the procedure. And then she gets angrier as the week goes on. You made me do this. I didn't want to do this. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that's not true. I didn't make you do this. I never once told you to get a 𝗵𝗵𝗇, right? I always said it's up to you. Whatever you do, I'm a support, period. I'm not going to abandon you. If you do it, I'll be there to comfort you. Okay? If you don't do it, I will be there for the baby, because I'm not going to abandon a fucking baby, period. And then she got so mad at me on, I think it was December 5th. She finally let it out. She goes, well, guess what? I didn't have a 𝗵𝗵𝗇. I was just testing you to see if you would leave me and not give me enough attention. And you didn't. You just used me. So I'm so glad that I didn't do it. And that was it for me. I'm like, that's okay. You're a fucking psychopath. That is the most insane shit I've ever heard. You pretended to have an abortion for a week to fuck with me. What? And I blocked her. I stopped taking her calls. And then she starts messaging me on Facebook Messenger. And she's like, I'm coming to your fucking house if you don't answer the phone. Can't have that. So now I got to talk to her. And she goes, can you meet me tomorrow? Okay. I go, but I'm not driving to you. You're coming to Central Mass. So we met at the Dragon 88 parking lot where you get some mean Mai Tais, because it was just off the highway. And I show up there and I get in a car with her, and we're here to talk about this. The second I get in there, all I smell is liquor. She is wasted. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so we start talking about this, and her number one concern is, because I'm thinking she's pregnant too, and she's drinking all the time with this fucking baby in her, baby Clay, and I'm like, that baby's gonna have fetal alcohol syndrome. Like, this baby's gonna be all fucked up, especially drinking earlier in the pregnancy, you know. And I'm like, because she, you know, my mom, when I was like later pregnant, she told me, she's like, I had a glass of wine when you're like 7 months pregnant. It's like, my mom was old school like that. She's like, well, it's fine, you know. But like getting shit faced this early in the pregnancy, especially, like that can really harm a child. So I'm like, this baby's gonna be all fucked up. I'm thinking this baby's real, because I'm like, what the fuck? And so then so we're in the parking lot, and I'm sitting there, and she's crying. She's like, you know, and she's like kicking I remember her kicking the pedal every time she would get mad. When I would tell her, I'm like, I don't know, like what? And she's like, can we get an apartment together? And I'm like thinking in my head, I don't know what the fuck I go, you lied about having an abortion. What the fuck? And so now we still have the baby, Clay, to worry about here. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing? What's happening here? This baby's gonna be all fucked up because you're drinking all the time. Whatever. So I'm like, okay, now what are we gonna do? So she tells me that and so then, by the way, she left and to go pick up her kids at daycare, and she's all drunk and shit. I'm like, oh, great. And anyway, I ended up 2 days later, she texts me, and she's like, I'm not going to the abortion clinic because I can't go in there. It was too scary and morbid. Meanwhile, she's had like a bunch. She's like, I am gonna take the pill. Okay. And she's like, I took it. She's like, I took it. And now I don't know anything about abortion pills, because I'm just a normal dad, you know? And she took the abortion pill, which terminates the pregnancy, but then you have to like apparently take 4 more of a different kind in order to make it all come out, if you will. And that's like the painful part. I don't know anything about it. So she claims she took the first pill, and now she's got to flush it out. And she's like, it's going to be painful. I need you here. So I'm thinking in my head, well, Clay's definitely dead now. He survived. This is his second abortion he's on. And also all the tequila and the fireball. So there's no way fucking Clay's making it through this. So, you know, I'll be there for the ceremony. So I'm like, okay, I'll come over tonight, December 8th, and I will support you. Okay. And then she goes, I just want to go out drinking. Could we go out? And then I'll take him at night after we come back. Because what does it matter anyway? Clay's fucking been offed. She took the pill. And now it's just, she's like, I want to be drunk when I do this. Okay. So we go to McMorgan's and then go back. And she got mad at me over something. I don't even know. And we passed out. And I woke up at 5. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we fell asleep. I'm like, I got to go. So that's over now. And she's like, no, I forgot to take him. She says, I forgot to take him. Then she goes, you have to come back tonight, December 9th. And I'm like, tonight? I have the live show tonight. No, this is your responsibility. She goes, you can't give up one night of your life. I did. I gave up last night. I came here last night for that. And then you didn't. Now you want me to come again? You want me to end it? This is my life. It's my livelihood. And I got a tape of this too. And she's like, you can't give up one night of your life to deal with my psycho ass for the next 18 years. I'm like, I don't think Clay's coming out anyway. At this point, I've been talking to a lot of women and a lot of people on December 9th. I'm like, I texted a lot of women that I trusted and told them the whole story. And they're like, dude, she's not pregnant. She was never pregnant. That was the general consensus, you know? is that she was never, what the fuck? She was never pregnant. And so I'm like, okay. So I text, because I told her, I'm like, fine, I'll just come tonight again. I'll cancel the show. And then I talked to a bunch of people and they were like, she's not pregnant. And so I texted her and I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming. I got to do the show. What? She lost it on me. And she called me on the phone and she's like, I'm going to drop that fetal alcohol baby off at your house and party the fucking night away. I'm going to fucking be the biggest regret. I am going to fuck you up the ass. She told me I am going to fucking destroy you. She goes, you think 9 felony charges are bad? Just wait till you see what's coming next. And I didn't take her seriously because I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do, bitch? You ain't gonna do shit. Nope. She meant it. That was the night that she started contacting Leah Genduso, Kate Peter, and others, all my enemies, and who are seek to destroy me. And picture the hard on that 𝗪𝗏 got from that. Like 𝗪𝗏's whole life is dedicated to me. And then one day she wakes up and there's somebody in her inbox claiming to be my mistress who wants to destroy me. That was the greatest thing that ever happened to 𝗪𝗏. Like thank you, God. Like, whoa, what did I do to deserve this? This is too good to be true. Right. And I'm like, okay. If you watch the December 9th episode of Turtleboy Live, she's like rage texting me here at the beginning of it. And anyway, she goes to the dark side. And then I don't talk to her after that. She gets in touch with 𝗺𝗏𝗺, whatever. And then a week later, she messages me again from her son's phone and tells me she misses the D. And I'm like, oh, I bet you do. And you know what? I couldn't walk away. I did it again on December 20th, right? And then she wanted to get me over again. It was all a setup, though. She even asked me that, the cross-examination. Didn't you bang me on December 20th? And you, and I didn't set you up then, did I? I'm like, no, you did not set me up for a crime on December 20th. You were just in it because you missed the D on December 20th. Just, okay? And then on December 22nd, she gets the fake grand jury summons because 𝗺𝗏 comes to her house and she messages me, and I'll tell I've told the story before. We'll stop there. So anyway, she's a fucking lying piece of shit. And she is what she is. Now let's watch the trial, shall we? I think I got the trial here. Let me see. The violation of the restraining order one. I think we were at like the end of her testimony, I believe. Or were we? All right, let's pull this up. This is Officer Kozak, the guy that took the report in the parking lot when she called and said that her car was scratched and, destroyed. But she didn't mention anything about me violating a restraining order against her. She didn't mention anything about that.
Sort of like trying to speculate about how this might happen. Somebody for Tommy said that I have a restraining order against someone, right? Correct. So she raised the topic of a restraining order, didn't she? She did, yes.
Oh, yeah. And then I was just somebody was texting me about this. The other really creepy thing she did was send flowers to my mom. So, bro, like, obviously she's not like a part of my life or anything. She would never met my family. God forbid. They would never know about her. Well, they do now, but she, on Thanksgiving, I got in an argument with my mom. My stress level on Thanksgiving that year was through the roof because of the fake baby. I'm like looking, that was a tough Thanksgiving because I'm like, oh shit. None of my family, my big Irish Catholic family, knows that I got a baby Clay on the way. Oh boy, they're gonna be real. I mean, they'll support me still, but this is not gonna go over well. This is a lot. I was so stressed out from that. And me and my mom got in an argument that day, right? because I was so stressed out. Like I wasn't calling my mom much because I was too busy worrying about the fake baby all the time. And my mom was like, my mom always remembered, if you asked her any day of the week, tell me the last time you had a phone call with each of your 7 kids. Tell me the last day. She would fucking spit it out in 5 seconds. She knew exactly who the child was who has gone the longest without calling her, like off the top of her fucking head. Like she had a running list in her head constantly of when the last time each of us called her was. Okay. Cause that's how moms are. And so she was like, I was not calling her as much because I was so fucked up from the baby Clay thing. And I couldn't tell her about baby Clay and she just got on my nerves. And I walked out of Thanksgiving. I left. And then I ended up texting the fake victim about this. I'm like, I just walked out of Thanksgiving because I'm like, my mom was stressing me out because I'm so stressed out from the baby. I fucking left. And meanwhile, she's all texting me about like, I didn't text her most of the day on Thanksgiving. She's like, you fucking didn't text your pregnant girlfriend on Thanksgiving? Okay. Anyway, so then after hearing about this, blow up I had with my mom, a few days later, my mom texts me and she goes, Aidan, thank you so much for the flowers. I love them. That was so sweet. And I'm sorry about the other day because flowers fix everything with women. And she's like, I'm sorry about the other day. Love you. Let's talk. Okay. And I'm like, she sends me a picture of the flowers. And I'm like, I could have taken credit for that. But I'm like, Mom, I didn't, as much as I like to take credit for those, I didn't send those flowers. And I texted her, Lindsay, about it. And she's like, I'm like, did you send my mom flowers? And she's like, yeah, I did. You're welcome, by the way. And I'm like, you signed my name on the card. I didn't. She's like, what? She thought I'd like thank her for this, like giving her credit. I'm like, okay, I appreciate the gesture, but what if I didn't? You don't get to pretend to be me with my mom. That's fucking creepy. Like, that's so weird. And the fact that you think it's normal, like, that's weird, right? Like, that's fucking weird. She thought I would be like thankful for her. Like, oh, that was so thoughtful of you. It's like, no, it would be thoughtful if you sent me flowers, not my mom pretending to be me. That's fucking weird. Like, that's weird, right? Like, that's so weird. And so then my mom digs into it. She calls the flower shop up and she asks, who paid for these? And they were like, somebody named Lindsay Gattani. And that's when my mom knew that something was up. And so then less than a month later, I'm in jail for Lindsay Gattani. And I had to tell my mom the whole story. And it did feel good to like get it all out, like tell her and like not have secrets anymore. But that is, what happens. Anyway, so this is a completely different thing, this trial. This is the restraining order violation a couple months later after I got out of jail, after she makes up a fake assault and sends me to jail for 60 days and gets a restraining order on me. But then she starts showing up to where I'm at just to kind of be like, I'm not going anywhere, motherfucker. I'm still here. And this is a very honest cop, Officer Kozak, who testifies that, like, yeah, if she had told me he violated the order against her, I would have had to arrest him, but she didn't. And there's that.
And she didn't say anything after that to the effect of, and he just violated it 15 minutes ago, right?
Well, with that, I told her on scene I didn't have to see the order, so I didn't even attempt to look at it.
That's my next question. Was she trying to show you the order?
Yes.
So she had it out in her hand?
Yes, or I think she had it in her hand, yes.
What would you have done if you had received information that a restraining order was violated by someone 10, 12, 15 minutes prior, right up the street? What would you have to do?
At that point, I would be going up to the courthouse and arresting Mr. Kearney here.
Yeah, there you go. So she didn't do that. And then, so let's watch the cross. I think we were on the cross examination of her. I'll just jump to a random point and we'll start watching from there.
After he had started screaming, threatening me, tried to drive away with my leg out the door. Yeah.
Oh, we saw the part where we play the Frankie tape of her refusing to get out of Frankie's car. I think I'll play it again because this tape never gets old. This is her going to her ex-boyfriend. So Frank Keegan had a restraining order against her in July of 23. She shows up to where he's at, gets in his car. She's with her 4 kids on a hot summer day, leaves them crying in the minivan, gets into his Cadillac, will not get out. So he starts taping it. And the cops come and they arrest him for violating a restraining order after she got in his car. And this is the tape.
My car, please. Lindsay, can you get out of my car? Lindsay, get out of my car. The kids are sitting in there. It's probably sweating. So get out of my car, please. Come on, I gotta go get an oil change. I'm gonna say bye to the kids. What's that? And you didn't do that for my car. No, you didn't. Why did you say you did that for my car and you didn't?
What for your car?
You said you called it in. You did that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I fucking did. And you're welcome, by the way. I fucking go and help you out. And then you fuck me over behind my back.
How did I fuck you over?
You're a
They're taking 65%.
No, they're not. They're allowed to take 65%.
They're right.
Before taxes, it has not been anywhere near 65%. You're going to be proven wrong when they do the math in court. Because every fucking pay said they're going to go back and look. And it hasn't been anywhere near.
Here comes the police.
You're so dumb.
Here comes the police, Lindsay. Lindsay, here comes the police. Lindsay, here comes
Yeah,
the police.
she had a restraint. She had a restraining
order. Here comes the police, you asshole. Get out of my car. Come on.
Here goes the police, you asshole.
Lindsay, get out of my car. Nice knowing, Lindsay.
You better stop, Ricky, because I'll tell you.
Get out of my car.
You better stop. You better stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
So he gets arrested for this and he goes to jail because he's already out on bail for fake hitting her 2 months before. And yet she has a restraining order on him. And still, when she gets a restraining order on you, she doesn't care. She's like, I still want to see you. Because that's how she controls you. Because think about it. Like, if she has, because she tried contacting me when I had a restraining order. Like, she thought we were still going to get it in. No, because Frankie still plays that game. And so, like, because if she gets Frankie back, right? And he, even though she's got a restraining order on him and she's still fucking him, whatever. Well, guess who's going to win every argument? She is. Because at the end of the day, she could be like, fine, I'm just going to tell the police we're doing this. Like, you win. It's the ultimate I win every argument card is you're violating a restraining order by being here. It's like, it's such an abuse that women can do. Anyone can do this, but she ain't the only woman that does this at all. So anyway, we showed this video to Judge Pomerol. He watched it in chambers. He got the point after this. So let's watch some more of her testimony and then some others.
Check it out for that. 38. Now, no one in that video yelled liar, liar, right?
Not at that point.
You didn't react to Mr. Kearney. You weren't pointing and saying, there's Kearney, go arrest him. Help, there's the guy that was restraining order against. Nothing like that in this video, right?
No.
Nothing. Please continue on with this scenario. Now that's a video from across the street looking at the Norfolk Superior Court, right?
Yes.
So she claimed in her report to the Dedham Police Department that I was across the street yelling liar at her. Liar, liar. As you can see from these tapes and various other tapes, no such thing occurs at all. No such thing occurs. But, and that's why we're playing these. She later amended it and said, well, I thought I heard someone say it. I thought it was him, but I guess not.
That's everyone still walking across the crosswalk and towards Dedham Center, right?
Yes.
That's in
39.
And in that video, no one's yelling liar, liar, right?
Not at that point, but I don't know who took that video, and
I didn't ask you who took it. I said there's no one in the video yelling liar, liar, right?
not in that person's video.
So you're correct, Mr. Ray. There's no one doing that.
No, not in that video.
Not in that video. Maybe another video. Okay.
Now, you have some video from the gentleman of you going into the Dedham Security Court, correct?
Do I have?
You going into the Dedham Security Court?
I've seen of it, yes.
So now I'm going to show the same group.
Is this going in?
Told us to get in between them so they could surround us and protect us. That's what I was told.
So this is them going into the court.
Correct.
So there's her. So notice she's walking in. She runs to the front to be directly behind Paul O'Keefe. Wants to be close to him.
Say something stupid. Do it. Do it. Do it. Say something stupid.
Oh, Grant.
Do it. Say something stupid.
So this is Grant Smith Ellis filming this.
Say something stupid. Do it.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Who?
The person yelling, say something stupid.
I don't know.
You don't know.
She doesn't know. How do you like that, Grant? That's how little she means to you, Grant. I know you're in love with her for some reason, but she testified that she doesn't even know what your voice sounds like. That's what she testified, Grant, that she doesn't even know who you are. That's how insignificant you are. You have been trying so hard to get it in with her. A complete whore that you don't have to try. She ain't the kind of girl that you want to try too hard with. You don't have to expend too much. Trust me. No meals of food required. Right. But she don't even know who you are. But of course, Grant, I think you and I both know that she does know what your voice sounds like. She does know that's you. She's well aware, and she's just lying. So you're defending somebody who is quite clearly lying. And this is
he came with you, he filmed that whole thing, and you went into the courthouse with him, didn't you?
So they claimed that they didn't know I was there inside the courthouse when they showed up. Except Grant's tweet says, the victim with an active DV restraining order is here, as is Aidan Kearney. Kearney is currently violating his RO in the courtroom hallway, waiting to get into the room, and he can't leave without passing the victim. Thus, Grant, thank God for Grant, memorializing that this is in fact a setup. That she knew I was there. Everybody knew I was there. The whole purpose is to violate me on the order and send me back to jail after 3 days after I got out.
I can't read that, first of all, but also I just met him that day in the parking lot. So he wasn't my friend at that point, but I can't read that message.
How did you come to know you were going to meet these people in the parking lot?
Because that was the plan for everybody to meet and walk in as a group.
How were you apprised of the plan?
Through 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗧𝘂𝗍, through, I don't know, probably, I don't know. I don't know who else I talked to.
What did 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗧 tell you about this plan?
Just that Jen was.
I'm just trying to get a satisfactory answer. This is the last time. What did 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗧 tell you about the plan?
just that Jen was going to meet me in the back of the parking lot. And then she gave me her number, so I could call her directly myself.
And then you did that, did you?
Yes.
So you coordinated with Jennifer McCabe to meet in that parking lot.
Well, I just called her once I parked.
And what happened? Was she there or what?
She said she was a couple minutes away.
And you said that during these walks in and out of the courthouse that you had tunnel vision, right?
When I was walking in, it was pretty jarring because I had not walked through a crowd like that.
Well, you said
screaming
the crowd was more raucous when you went out, didn't you?
Right.
You had tunnel vision when you went out. That's right.
No, when I went in, because it was the first time I had walked through that.
Sir. So you said you saw Mr. Kearney right when you came out of the courthouse, right?
Yes.
You didn't tell the court officer.
There was no court officer walking out with us.
You didn't go find a court officer.
No, I didn't.
You didn't tell the den cop.
Not at that time.
You didn't tell the state trooper.
Not at that time.
You didn't tell anybody.
I wasn't going to walk through a crowd of hundreds of people that were screaming, calling me a whore and all kinds of names.
Calling you
I mean,
a
it was
whore?
chaotic. It was, you can see by the scene, it was chaotic.
But nobody even knew who she was. Nobody's calling her a whore. Stop it.
You could have had Mr. Kearney arrested right then and there when you say you saw him.
Could have.
You know that, right?
That was not my goal. I was trying to
If
get.
you saw him, you would have had him arrested in about a half a second, wouldn't you?
Just move on to Mr. Bradley. Sure. Fact-based questions.
And we saw from those videos that was pretty much a sea of women in dark hair, dark glasses, and dark coats.
Right.
Except for me and my bright white purse.
Except for bright white. The guy would recognize. I didn't even recognize her. Like you said, everybody looked the same. I didn't notice her at all. At all. Like she's nobody. I don't really give a fuck about her. Nobody heard of her till this. Exactly. Like nobody knew who the fuck she was. That's why she felt comfortable walking through the crowd because no one knew who she was. Yeah, Judge Palmer was very fair.
So isn't it true, Mr. Tani, that in all of this video, there's been no expression of anyone saying liar?
Okay. The next witness is Colin McCabe. So there is a Colin McCabe. There's at least 5 McCabe siblings that I know of. There's Chubbs. There's Sean McCabe, the crazy guy who threatened to bury my corpse in 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 cottage. There is Megan McCabe, who testified earlier in this trial. There is a Michael McCabe, who has sent a shitload of emails to Michael Morrissey that are currently under a protective order that we're going to see. And then there's Colin McCabe, who is the dumbest of them all. All right. And you might have recognized this guy before. He showed up to the courthouse one day on August at one of these like pre-trial hearings in between the 2 trials. He's this dude with the 2490 hat. Let me change the settings here so you guys can hear this. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Let me play this. Tell me if you can hear this. Where'd the audio go? Look at him being held back. Wait, is this playing? Wait, is that playing? Do I not have it queued up right? Hold on, I'm playing the wrong video. Hold on. I just realized I was playing the wrong video. He has to be held back. Who is that guy? All right, cool. Yeah, how'd that turn out? Clevin. Anyway, this is like the only day they showed up. They stopped showing up after this. but the media always made it sound like there was like more of them. So anyway, Colin was there on February 26th, and he filmed it on the way out. Okay, he filmed their exit from the court, and he sounds like the biggest douche. And his tape is important because nowhere in his tape do you hear me yelling liar, liar at her. But his tape does catch me in the grassy knoll, like way over there, across at the Registry of Deeds where the cop officer Silver Fox told me to go, Officer Crump. And so this is his testimony.
Okay, introduce yourself to the court, please.
My name is Colin McCabe.
And Mr. McCabe, you employed?
Yes, I am. I'm married, yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in construction.
And directing your attention, sir, to it's like I think February 26th, and we're not 2024. Could you get plans to go anywhere?
Should I have plans on February 26th to go anywhere that day? Yes, I have plans where I came and I showed up and went to the courthouse across the street.
Were you alone or something?
I was with a group of people.
And when you say you showed up, did you drive yourself?
Yes, I came by myself.
Where did you park?
I parked in the back parking lot.
Where did you park? Nobody cares. Get to the good stuff.
When I was walking along, I thought I might have saw him out of the corner of my eye at some point, but
oh, here we go.
Document, but with anybody, not sure what would take place. Wanted to make sure I documented everything. Answer the question.
And what was your purpose in taking the car?
Just to document what was happening, just in case something happened.
Were you focused on Mr. Kearney?
No, I was not.
Did you see Mr. Kearney as you were walking along? Did you notice it?
When I was walking along, I thought I might have saw him out of the corner of my eye at some point, but no.
I thought I saw
Did there come a
him.
time when you reviewed the video and you did notice Mr. Kearney?
Yes.
And I'd just like to go through a few of those points with you. And could you advance the video to about
Because
1.5?
keep in mind, all of these people hate me, and they would all, if they actually saw me violating the order against her, the whole purpose of inviting her was to violate me. That was the whole point. So like, they're with her. If they see me, they're gonna tell the cops. He's right there. He's in violation of the order. Go get him, boys. That was going to happen. But none of them did. And they don't till several hours later when they go and watch their videos and they see me in the grassy knoll. And they're like, oh shit, Turtleboy was there.
Just for your honest information, there's a couple of frames for every designation.
Man, a little bit on it. It appears to be Mr. Kearney up in
It hasn't been offered.
I'm happy to offer it.
Awesome. It'll be 40. Thank you. Exhibit 40.
And I was about to ask you, what is this show?
So that's spot right there, a shot across the street in front of, I'm assuming that's the Registry of Deeds building. And if you zoom in a little bit on it, it appears to be Mr. Kearney up in the top of the
Objection, Your Honor. There's no way in which anybody in the video. I object.
Is this a zoom shot of
yes,
That
it is.
appears to be Mr. Kearney, he says.
The objection to zoom. Yes, I do, Judge. It's not what the human eye would see. So I object.
41.
And can you advance the video to about 30 in? It's probably this is frame and 30 in. That's going to help you do this one. All right, and can you tell us what this shows?
That is a picture of across the street of it's a still shot from across the street of the Registry of Deeds.
You have a zoom shot of each one of these? Well, it's a shot of some of them. Do you recognize this as a zoom shot of the same thing?
Mr. Prater, why do you review the zoom shot? Well, Judge, I think I know what I'm looking at, but I can lodge the objection that it's not what the human eye would see, what the person would see. The aided zooms don't add.
So these guys, they took a fucking still shot. He's filming himself on the way out of court. And then there is a still shot of me in the grassy knoll that they pause on and zoom in on. They're like, there he is. He's within 100 yards. Like, bro, you wouldn't actually see that when you're walking out. Like, I'll play the actual tape of him walking out. It's right here. Let's play his actual tape.
No objection. No objection.
So I believe that's number 5. If my memory is correct.
Let me change the playback speed to some. Look at him. Look at a mirror, lady. Pigs. He goes, "You're so fucking retarded." Fuck Aaron. You're so fucking retarded. So you don't see me. Where am I? Where am I in any of this? Well, they're going to say I'm right. Okay, so they I don't know if you saw me there. Was I there? Am I there? Is that me? They say that's me. But where is 𝗫𝗄𝗃 at this point? I'm on, this is a very small little grassy knoll over here where the police officer told me to stand. I stood there. I'm not following them. I'm standing on the fucking grass. And they acted like he's stalking. He goes, it was like stalking his prey, he said. That's the thing. So they want me to go to jail for that. Anyway, so they started asking him about this. Then he comes back the next day.
Back in session, get seated. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And do you swear in the matter now in hearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're Colin McCabe.
That is correct, yes.
And you are related to some of the witnesses in the Aaron Reed matter?
Yes, I am.
And who are those folks?
My brother Matthew McCabe and my sister-in-law Jen.
So back on 2/26/24, you were here as part of a group of people going to court in the Aaron Reed case, right?
That is correct.
And it was at 2 o'clock.
I don't know what time it is.
So you were there.
I don't know what time it is. He's like Tristan.
And so you know that the court goes till 1, there's a lunch break from 1 to 2, and then they start up again at 2, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what time it is.
Okay, so do you know what time you were here with this group? That's it?
With this group? I know I'll be in the afternoon. I don't know the timeline exactly.
Okay. How did you come to be informed that you should meet at that location?
I spoke to my brother, and I said, I'll meet down at the courthouse.
And that's Matt McCabe?
That is correct.
What was your understanding of what you were going to be there for and what was going to happen that day?
I was coming in to support the 𝗃 family and the witnesses in the case.
Because they need
support group.
Have you ever met Had you ever met 𝗫𝗄𝗃 before that day?
No, I had not.
And when you got there, did you have any conversation with her?
No, I had not.
How many people approximately had gathered at that area behind the registry of deeds?
In your group? It was a good sized group. We kind of broke up into multiple groups. Maybe 20, 30 people, maybe. I have no idea.
And was Paul O'Keefe there?
I have no idea. He might have been. I have no idea.
So, did someone introduce you to Ms. 𝗃𝗃?
No, I've never met her.
I got one more video of this dude I want to show you real quick. So he didn't know her either. Watch this. Oh, let's see. Ready? Loads of, so yeah, that's what he does. He's the kind of guy that shows up and does shit like that. So anyway, back to the tape. So they brought this guy for that. Like he's the fucking idiot.
And you said it broke down into 2 groups as everyone came towards the courthouse. Is that right?
That is correct.
The sound was
Who's
quiet.
your-
Was that all? You guys, I just realized I had the wrong mic on there, but you guys get the point. You saw how aggressive he's being. You really need sound. He's just yelling nonsense at him. But
what are the names, please?
My cousin?
Yeah, the names of the people that were in this group.
I don't know everybody does it, but Captain Clark, my aunt, Shannon, and everybody.
So you walked towards the courthouse from the registry of deeds, correct?
That is correct.
And which way did you walk? Let's say you're walking towards the courthouse from the registry.
From the rear to the left side, looking at the front of the building, it's on the right side.
So can we say it this way, that you came up between this building and the registry?
Yes,
And that's when you came into the court?
that is correct.
What happened when you got inside the court?
When I got inside the court, and then went through the metal detector and everything, came in the building, walked up the set of stairs to where there was a group of people waiting to get into the court.
Did you see Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 inside the courthouse at all?
No, I did not. She wasn't in there.
Did you end up getting into the courtroom?
No, there were too many people and there was that count on the numbers that could get in, so I was at that back of line, so I did not get in.
To your knowledge, did Mr. Kearney get into the courtroom?
Yes.
At some point, so just to set this right, you're outside the courtroom, but in the courthouse.
That is correct.
What did you do while you were in the courthouse waiting around?
I just sat there waiting.
How long did it take?
Wasn't long, maybe half hour.
And what happened after half an hour?
Then after that, when court let out, everybody started coming down the stairs. I waited for the group that I was with to come out, and then I proceeded to fall behind them and exited the courthouse.
Did you see Mr. Kearney as far as exiting the courthouse?
At that time, I had no idea who she was, so but she was in the group.
Stop it.
So I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of these observations that you have, that you offer, are from you looking at video and then realizing stuff later, right?
Me looking at video and realizing, yes.
And one of them is figuring out who Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 is, right?
Well, no, when we were in the back parking lot, I then found out who she was when we were back.
What?
So did you recognize her in the courthouse or not?
Yeah, I saw her when she went into the courthouse.
Did she have a piece of paper in her hand?
Yes, she did.
And what was your understanding of why she had a piece of paper in her hand?
My understanding of what that was all taking place when I was standing at the doorway waiting to get in. She
Oh.
said to the court officer that she had an order against Mr. Kearney.
Did you talk to Jennifer McCabe about Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 at all?
No, I did not.
It's true that Ms. McCabe was with Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 on the way in and on the way out, wasn't she?
She was part of the group, yes.
Did you hear them talking?
No, I did not hear them talking.
Did you hear them approaching the courtroom?
No, they were in a different group than me.
So back to leaving. You leave the courthouse, and is it still two groups or is it one big group?
When I left the courthouse, it was one big group.
So Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃's in that group?
Yes, she was.
Ms. McCabe, Jennifer McCabe's in that group?
Yes, she was.
And you're in that group?
Yes, I was.
And how many people roughly in the group?
I don't know, probably about 25 people maybe.
And when you were leaving, the hearing had concluded and a lot of people were streaming out of the courthouse.
Yes,
Some people went to the right down the handicap ramp, some people went down straight, right?
that is correct.
There was probably over 100 people out in front of the courthouse when you left, right?
Yep.
Probably more than that, sir.
More than that, okay. And you and your group went out of the courthouse and you went down the handicap ramp, right?
That is correct.
And you came to the bottom of the handicap ramp and you were jawboning with some of the protesters out there, weren't you?
Yes, some things were being said to me, and I responded to the things that were being said.
Sure. And you called somebody retarded and you said something about somebody could be committed or something. You're waiting for them to be committed, right?
Yes, might not have been the best choice of words at that time, but yes.
And
It's like, yeah, might not have been. So you called someone retarded, right? And a pig? Yeah, it might not have been the best choice of words, but this guy's just such a McCabe. Just like, look at this fat fuck. Look at him.
as you're leaving,
Oh, there's
Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃
such
and your group and everyone's sort of
trash.
walking together away from the courthouse, right?
Correct, to go across the street to where the cops are talking about.
So everyone's walking at first along High Street towards Dedham Center, right?
That's the name of the street. I don't know the name of the street, but
Let's do it this way. The street in front of the courthouse.
yes,
You exit, you get to the bottom of the handicap ramp, you make a right, you're walking towards town.
yes,
You're kind of walking towards this building,
yes,
but across the street.
yes. So I'm walking towards the registry.
Yeah.
I coach her.
Look at some photographs. Yeah.
Okay, yes, these ones right here. I don't know.
I'm going to skip to the Paul O'Keefe testimony because Paul's got some interesting things to say. All right. So this is Paul's attorney, by the way, who's representing him in the civil suit, the grifting civil suit, Mark Diller. And he is going to, he attempts to quash the subpoena of Paul O'Keefe because his brother's murder trial is going on. Too bad. Sorry, Paul, you're going to have to miss your brother's murder trial because you thought it would be fun to turn your murder trial into a fucking circus so that I would be charged and have to go to trial. And you won. I was charged. So now you have to come and be a witness. That's the part you didn't sign up for. Yeah, you didn't think about that part. You didn't think my trial would be the same fucking day as the climax of your brother's murder trial. You didn't really factor that in, did you? But anyway, calls Paul O'Keefe.
Niece, nephew, wife, children. Okay.
Do you swear in the matter now in hearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And right. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and spell your last name, please.
Paul O'Keefe, O-K-E-E-F-E,
Where do you live, sir?
West Bridgewater, Massachusetts.
Where do you live?
I'm in sales,
And where do you work?
Simmons Industries.
How long have you been selling for?
Next month will be 13 years.
Do you have a family in the area, just generally?
I do.
And how many family?
Mother, father, niece, nephew, wife, children.
He lets
And do you have a family connection to prostitution?
He mentions the wife after mother, father, niece, nephew, children, and a wife. Paul's over there.
Are you prostitute, correct?
I do.
And your brother passed away, and he's the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗹𝗆 is dead. Prostitute,
Correct.
And you attend the court hearings over there?
I do.
And you know the gentleman with whom you're today, correct?
Unfortunately, I do.
Unfortunately, I do.
You don't like,
No.
right?
No.
No, I'm not correct, or yes, I am?
No, you are correct.
And you've had a text message or Facebook message exchange with Mr. Kearney, correct?
Once or twice.
And
This is the message you sent me July 27th. I'm taking you down. I hope you know that you're done at 1:05 in the morning. You are going to jail again, actually prison this time. I hope your kids are prepared. I so look forward to that. That's like demonic. Like, why mention the kids? Like, you're looking forward to me being separated from my kids? Oh, yeah, you're a great... And anybody wonders why I hate this motherfucker? Because this why. He's not some, like, innocent fucking brother of a victim. Like, he's a piece of shit. I go, drinking again, Paul? Adderall, Aidan? You spelled it wrong, actually, both words.
just to summarize it, and you can look at it if you want, just in the interest of moving along. You sent him a Facebook message saying, I'm taking you down. I hope you know that you're done. You're going to jail again, actually prison this time. I hope your kids are prepared, so I look forward to that. Is that right?
That's a very small part of the conversation, yes. Yes.
I'm just trying to get
That's true. It is a small part of the conversation. By the end of the conversation, we had set up a double date at Granite Links. So that's true.
Nugget of it. If you want to look at it, I'm happy to show you. But that's the nugget of your sentiment towards Mr. Kearney, right?
Yes, I mean, that was sent out of frustration from all the harassment that the defendant has
yeah.
given to me, my family, friends.
Oh, yeah. I'm a victim.
Slew of reasons over the last couple of 2 years.
Yeah, so we had no choice, guys. It's my fault. I made him do it. I've been harassing him for so long. He had no choice but to do this. Paul's a victim.
Of your emotions and your feelings towards Mr. Kearney, right?
I would say at that moment, it was words out of frustration.
And in terms of your case across the street that involves your brother, it must be difficult or annoying or frustrating or produces anger in you that Mr. Kearney is a frequent visitor, a frequent commentator, and a frequent critic, right?
Among other things, yes.
So it would be nice to get him out of there, right?
It'd be nice to get out of there.
I don't care for him to be there, no.
Okay, yeah.
And so how did you come to be acquainted with 𝗚𝗎𝗄𝗃 𝗃?
How'd you know her?
How did I? I mean, we were both experiencing the same harassment from the defendant as well as his followers.
So you feel like there's an affinity with you and Ms. 𝗃𝗃 in terms of being criticized or exposed by Mr. Kearney?
Harassed, I would say.
So back to my question, when did you meet Ms. 𝗃𝗃?
When did I meet her? It would have been the day that the defendant was removed from court across the street.
The defendant.
Back in February 2024.
If I suggest 2/26, that hearing, that was on 2/26/24.
That sounds about accurate.
And you'll recall, that was the hearing where there was a number of things on the agenda, but court kind of got done pretty quickly that day, right?
I believe it was an afternoon session. I don't really recall what was said. I've been to many, many court dates over the last couple of years, so I don't know what was said specifically at that date.
In terms of you meeting or speaking with Ms. 𝗃𝗃, when was the first time you spoke with her?
That day I introduced myself.
What was that?
I said, nice to meet you. I think I applauded her strength, and that was it.
I applauded her strength. Oh, what a fucking idiot. Oh, he's such a fucking loser. He applauded her strength. What strength does she have? Paul knows that she's a psychopath. He's using her the same way that everybody uses her. 𝗫𝗏𝗃 𝗃𝗃 will never be loved or applauded for her strength ever. She will just be used. That's it. She serves no value to anyone ever. Ever. Her strength.
Was she there? Was she invited there by you?
By me personally, no.
To your knowledge, who was she invited there?
Someone had asked me if it was okay if she went to court that day.
Someone
I said,
asked.
sure. I don't
Okay.
remember who exactly asked
Because
me that
that's what
question.
we're trying to get to that's what we're trying to get here. Who invited her? Was it you, Paul? Because she testified that it was you. She did testify that you invited her there. So was that true, Paul? Was she lying or telling the truth? She didn't end up there on her own. Someone invited her ass. Who invited her? Was it you, Paul?
I don't recall if it was her. I know who she is. I don't know if I would say I really know her. I've spoken to her once. Once in a phone conversation, and then I believe once for the defendant's arraignment at one time when I met her in person.
What was the time frame you speak to her?
When did I talk to her?
Yeah.
I really don't know, to be honest.
Was it prior to 2/26?
Possibly.
Kate Peter facilitated this entire visit of 𝗬𝗎𝗄𝗃 to court at 2/26.
I have no idea. I was asked by someone if it was okay with me if she came. I said okay. It's a public courthouse. At that time,
facilitated this entire visit of 𝗬𝗎𝗃 to court at 2/26.
I have no idea. I was asked by someone if it was okay with me if she came. I said okay.
I was asked by someone if she could come with me, and I said okay. That's the problem right there, Paul. Okay? You know what the correct answer to that is? Like, hey, Paul, I got Turtleboy's side hoe here with me, okay? Can I bring her? Can I have her come in with you guys and sit with your family at your brother's murder trial? And by the way, here's her picture of her in a free Karen Reed shirt, like throwing herself because she was trying to fuck him a few months ago. Can she now sit with your family in court so that Turtleboy gets kicked out? And like turn it into a circus. You know what an adult says there? This is not appropriate. This is not the appropriate time for this. This is a serious and somber event. This is my murdered brother's pre-trial hearing in his murder trial. And I don't want to disgrace his legacy by bringing Turtleboy's side hoe with me to court and turning this into an episode of Jerry Springer. That's what an adult says in that situation, not Paul O'Keefe. Paul O'Keefe doesn't give a fuck about his brother. He never has. This is all fucking entertainment for him. He just hates me and he hates Karen Reed. And so he says, yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Walk in with me. Sit next to me. Sure.
Public courthouse. At that time, going to court, we were greeted by, we had to go through a gauntlet of people.
Like, what is this? The fucking prom? Like you bring a date with you? What the fuck is this? It's a fucking murder trial court hearing. Can I come with you? What is this shit? It's like the spring social. What's going on?
Yelling and screaming at us, which was organized by the defendant and incited by the defendant.
Oh, it's try to focus on my question.
So, you need to speak with Ms. 𝗃𝗃 that day. Where were you?
We were in the back parking lot of the Registry of Deeds, where we
try to focus
meets
on
and
my
we walk over together.
How did you come to meet her in the back parking lot of the Registry?
It's a gauntlet. I know.
What was the organizational situation about beating up there?
I mean, anyone who would go to court knew that we parked back there, and that's where we met and walked over as a group.
So is your testimony that was some sort of just a spontaneous thing that you guys ran into each other back there, or was there some sort of a plan?
I pulled into the parking lot. There was a group of people. I got out to greet the people. She was one of the people that was in the group.
Did you know that she was going to be there?
I'm assuming she would be because I was asked if it was okay with me. So I was under the assumption that there was a likelihood she would be there.
So you were asked by someone who you're not sure it was if 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗃 could be in court, and then she materializes in court.
Correct.
Where did you park in the Registry of Deeds parking lot? Close to the building, far away from the building, whereabouts?
At the far end, away from the building.
Away from the building. Now, would it be correct to say that you did not invite 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗃 that day?
Personally, I did not know.
Oh, so she earlier testified that you did. Okay, thank you.
Your family, to your knowledge, expressed any invitation to her that involved your family wanting to support her, recognize her, and be with her at your brother's case?
The only thing was asked to me if it was okay if she went. That was it.
Was there anything about supporting her or helping her or anything?
Nope.
It's fair to say you were more focused about your brother's case, not 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗃's case?
Correct.
Yeah, it's real focused.
Did you walk in with Ms. 𝗃𝗃?
I believe the group that met in the parking lot all walked in together. Yes.
Did you know that she had a restraining order against Mr. Kearney at the time?
I believe I did. Yes.
I believe I did.
Trying to use Ms. 𝗃𝗃 to evict Mr. Kearney from the courthouse?
Was I personally? No.
were family.
You know what the appropriate thing too would be there to say? Like, so you knew she has a restraining order on me, and which means she's in fear of me. Shouldn't he have said to her, if he wants to protect her, you shouldn't come in. Aidan's going to be in there, and you're scared of Aidan, so maybe you should stay away. That's what you would do if you weren't trying to trigger a restraining order violation.
No.
Who was doing it?
I'm sorry?
Assistant, you don't know.
Yes, I thought so. All right, thank you.
So just coincidentally, on the first time you met Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃, she had a restraining order against Mr. Kearney, right?
That's correct.
And she had it in her hand when she went in the courthouse, didn't she?
I didn't see her with it. I think she was behind me.
Did you see her with a piece of paper in her hand when she walked in?
I did not.
Did you see when she walked into the courthouse?
Again, I think she was behind me. I didn't see her walk in, so
Did you see her when she walked into the courtroom?
no, because she sat behind me as well.
Did you see her when she came in and sat behind you?
No.
Did you speak to her at all in the courtroom?
No.
Did you have an awareness that Mr. Kearney was in the courtroom on the other side of the aisle?
Yes.
Did you speak with him or see him or have any interactions with him?
Not at that point. Later in the day.
Did anyone ask you to invite Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 to any hearings before Mr. Kearney got out of jail, such as January 5th or January 18th?
That was the only time.
Just when Mr. Kearney was out of jail and when Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 had a restraining order, right?
Correct.
Did you speak with Jennifer McCabe that day?
Exactly. So like there were hearings on January 5th and January 18th when I was in jail. If you wanted to support her, why didn't he invite her to those? Because she couldn't evict me because I was in jail. Right.
There you go.
I don't believe so.
Bridal's question about had any interaction with Mr. Kearney was in the nature of not then, but later on that day.
Correct.
Can you describe that for us, please?
Leaving court, I was ambushed by the defendant and harassed.
Ambushed.
With his camera in my face, telling me several times that I'm a disgrace to my brother.
Did you leave?
I did say that.
At the same time as Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃, or did you leave before or after?
Both after?
About how long after you?
I really have no idea.
I'm going to direct your attention to the screen up there. And
Look at him. Look at Cosgrove. So they're going to show the video of me confronting Paul. So after court, I go right up to Paul, and I'm like, "You're a disgrace to your brother, man. Like, who does that? Wow, you're going to turn this into a Jerry Springer episode?" Them showing this tape is so retarded because in the tape, his mother yells, "Where's Lindsay?" and then gives me the finger, thus proving the point that they knew full well that she was going like that. He's like smiling. He thinks it's funny. This is the dumbest thing they ever did, showing this tape. The mother gives me the finger. Where's Lindsay?
Disgusting. Disgusting, Paul. Disgusting. Disgusting.
is that a fair and accurate representation of your interaction with Mr. Kearney?
Yes, it is.
You later see it play on Mr. Kearney's YouTube presentations.
Yes.
Did you observe at any time during your interaction with Mr. Kearney on that occasion that he appeared to be distraught?
He was very upset.
And what was the sense of him being upset? Did you get that?
What was the sense? I think it's because he was removed from the courtroom. And he must have thought I had something to do with it, which is probably why I'm here today.
Which is true. Which is fucking true.
To be trembling, shaken.
He was mostly angry.
So he thinks he's like disproving here because Meredith had earlier testified that I was in the car with her and I was like very upset. Like that I was like, because I was like, after that, I remember sitting in a car with her afterwards and being like needing time to like compress. Like the whole thing was re-traumatizing because that woman put me through a lot. Like the whole, like I was in jail for 60 days because of her lies, and she scares me and she has this power over me with this order. And so I was part pissed off, but also part like fucked up and scared. Like I was like in the car afterwards and I'm like, she's never going to stop. She's going to follow me wherever I go. I'm like, I went to jail for 60 days. It wasn't enough punishment. She's just going to keep coming to where I am. I can't cover the Karen Reed case anymore. I can't go to the hearings because she's going to keep showing up. She can't stop fucking with me. And I'm like, it's just this nightmare is never going to end. I remember being all fucked up from that. And yeah, it was emotion mixed. And because Cosgrove was like, was he crying? Was he troubling? No, not at that moment. That was when he was pissed. That's when he was like, fuck you, dude. You know?
So that's a tape recording, Mr. O'Keefe, of your interaction with Mr. Kearney after court that day?
Yes.
And you said, don't get too comfortable?
Don't get too comfortable.
Your mom said, where's Lindsay?
I believe you said that.
So, in other words, you guys knew exactly what was going on that day, and you were taunting Mr. Kearney about the presence of Lindsay at the time.
I wouldn't say taunting. None of that would have been said if the defendant didn't get in my face and ambush me the way he did.
But you did say it.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ron.
But you did say it. Paul. Okay. So anyway, Jack Kearney, by the way, he was like, this is Jack Kearney. This guy's awesome.
Following on that,
Yes.
you attend court hearing and events in Denver?
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
Hold on.
What, following it?
Yeah.
Oh, since the beginning. Since the beginning, yeah. Whenever I can.
What, let's start that. Were you present on 2/26 election for the record?
John County, 𝗂𝗃𝗍𝗄. Canton.
Ken.
2 years.
2 years.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired.
Just tell us about your family.
I have 2 sisters, a brother. My mother lives in Norwood.
Norwood.
I retired from the military when I came home from Iraq in 2006.
I love Jack.
I drove tractor trailers, hauling fuel.
Have you taken an interest in the Karen Reed prosecution?
He was like, this was him the whole time. He was unshakable. He's just so matter of fact. See, him and Lauren Colon is the sweetest lady, the sweetest fucking lady. She testified for me. Lisa Ox, Jill Dadnam, they all testified for me. They said the same thing, that I was across the street. He left. He went to where the cop told him to go. He never yelled a word at her. He did nothing. And then Cosgrove, his rebuttal to each of them was, is this your sworn affidavit? Did you write this? Yeah, I wrote that. What about this thing at the top where it says, under the pains and penalties of perjury, I swear that I am a legal resident of Massachusetts. Did you write that? It's like, no, dumbass. Obviously, they didn't write that. Like, you don't actually write your own affidavit. You fucking send the fucking lawyer all the information, and then they fucking put it in the correct format. Like, Hank tried to do this with Marie Russell, too. It's like, no. You fucking contact them, and then they fucking write it up for you.
Aidan Kearney cases as well?
Yes, I have.
And when did that interest start?
Karen Reed, first day.
Have you been following on that?
Yes.
Do you attend court hearings and events in Denver?
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
Exactly.
What, following it?
Yeah.
Oh, since the beginning. Since the beginning, yeah. Whenever.
Were you outside the courthouse or were you inside in the hearing?
I was outside.
What were you doing outside? What was your plan for the afternoon?
Well, I was going to try and get in, and I couldn't get in, so I just stayed at the bottom of the steps there.
Yeah, so.
He was behind me.
How far away?
He was at the top of the stairs, closer to the building, and I was on the side. I went down the sidewalk to film. 20 feet.
Did you hear Mr. Kearney say anything relative to that might have given you an indication that he knew that Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 was there?
No.
Did you hear him say liar, liar?
No.
Did he say or do anything that made you think that he may have been aware of Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 doing the same?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Thank you, sir.
I love the pink tie, too. Jay, look at it. Jack's got no time for the bullshit.
You said you saw a pickup near where you lived up. You said you saw Lindsay 𝗃𝗃𝗃 that day?
Yes.
And you didn't have any trouble picking her out or recognizing her?
No.
How does it you know what she looks like?
I've seen her on Facebook. Pictures.
Okay.
I've seen her in public before.
On whose Facebook page have you seen her in public?
I couldn't tell you.
No idea.
No.
And you've seen her in public before?
I want to say I saw her at the courthouse before.
Well, that can't be.
Has she been a regular attendee to the Karen Reed hearings, would you say?
I don't think so, no.
You've seen her in the courthouse on other occasions then?
I think I might have seen her twice.
But you remembered what she looked like?
Yeah.
And anybody standing, you were across the street from her when you saw her?
Right.
And was she proceeding down a ramp?
They all were, yes.
Yes. But you didn't have any trouble picking her?
No, there were other people there that I knew too.
Looking across the street, wouldn't have any trouble picking her?
Correct. Right.
This is actually good for Cosgrove. I see what he's getting at here because he's getting him to say that he recognized her and when she was walking out of the courthouse. Therefore, I certainly would have recognized her. That's what he's getting at here. But I think Jack's a little confused here because I don't. There's no. I did not see her coming out. It was too far away. They all look like fucking ants. I'm like over in the grassy knoll. Then again, he was a little bit closer, so maybe he did see.
So you said that at some point you left Mr. Kearney and you went down to video.
Yes.
Why were you video?
I'm following the trial, just like everybody else.
Is there something particularly memorable about the people exiting the courthouse?
No, it was just a crowd coming out of the courthouse.
So you think you could keep that as a souvenir?
Yes.
There's no.
Not really a souvenir. But,
What, did you do anything with the video afterwards?
yes, I did.
What'd you do?
I sent it to Mr. Kearney
Okay. And why did you do that?
because he was looking. I guess because he was looking for any kind.
Tell me his reason. Just tell me why you did it.
Why I did it? Because I want to help somebody who's falsely charged. Yes.
Oops.
Did he request that you send him a video?
No,
Was there a general request by Mr. Kearney that people send videos?
not that I know.
So you just did this on your own?
Right. Yep.
So you sent Mr. Kearney the video. Are you a regular viewer of his various shows?
I look at pretty much everything.
Okay.
The Herald, everything. Facebook.
What's that? Harold?
I'm
Howie
going to
Carr,
jump
I look at
to
them all.
look at them.
Yes.
So
I'm going to jump to the closing here.
Courtroom, wielding that restraining order like a soldier. Proven this case. Kearney did not violate this restraining order on 2/26/24, despite the best efforts of 𝗫𝗏𝗃 and her compatriots. The government, stated in legal terms, Your Honor, the government has certainly not proven this case beyond a reasonable doubt. And you're the fact finder, and we don't need to reiterate the standard because you applied every day as a judge. That day, Ms. Kearney came into that courtroom wielding that restraining order like a sword, not using it as a shield. She was there for one purpose and one purpose only, and we know that from the circumstances. We know that Mr. Kearney had just gotten out of jail. We know that Ms. Kearney had the restraining order, and this was Mr. Kearney's first appearance back in the case after getting sent to jail on her charges of assault and battery in this court. She came in there and she was ready with her restraining order for one purpose and one purpose only, not to be there for the Karen Reed hearing, but to evict Mr. Kearney to cause a restraining, to try to cause a restraining order violation. And I appreciate the Commonwealth saying it. Mr. Kearney did the right thing and he left. It was about 19 seconds, if you look at the video, and I know you have 19 seconds between the time when Kearney went in the room and Mr. Kearney went out of there. He didn't say the F word to her. He didn't look at her. He didn't do anything. He didn't need a court officer just to get out of there. Those are all things that Kearney said happened. They are all completely belied by the video evidence. None of it happened. So that tells you everything you need to know about the credibility of Kearney. She was there to evict him. And we also know that because of her own testimony about this bus situation. She claims that she variously, that she had to get her kids off the bus, that she had some other person getting the kids off the bus. Everything is just an ever-evolving story with her. And whenever she gets back into a corner, she brings up her children, her children. And in this case, Your Honor, we know that she had to get home to get her kids off the bus at 3:10. So she was here not to sit around all afternoon and watch the 2-hour anticipated Karen Reed hearing. She was here to evict him from the courtroom and then get out of there. She had to get home to get her kids. She tells this ridiculous story that somebody else was going to get her kids off the bus. What responsible parent would have someone who the kids never met waiting for their kids at the bus stop? Oh, that's the rule number one that you tell your kids is you don't ever go to somebody that you don't know. And I think that's a complete fabrication, after the fact concoction of the story, Your Honor. Yet another one of those. So in this case, Judge, Mr. Kearney leaves immediately. He does the right thing. He goes to the government. And this is a significant legal fact, Your Honor. He went to the police and he said, where do I go? I have a restraining order. We have it on tape. You saw what happened. That never happened. We have it here. He recorded the conversation. He was live streaming. And the officer said, go over there. Gestured up to the registry. Go over there for now, actually, is the full quote. He goes to the registry. He hangs out as far up against the building as he can get. He's waiting for further action. He's waiting to report things to the officer. Why? Because of the Frank Keegan situation, which you saw in chambers. He knows what this person is capable of. And he's in the middle of it. She just chased him into his place of work, into the courtroom. He leaves, does the right thing. He goes outside and he wants it documented. He doesn't want to disappear and run into her. He doesn't know what she's capable of. He probably doesn't even quite have a rational appreciation for what she can and can't do because she's already sent him to jail for 60 days. He just gets out and she's trying to get him right back to jail, walking around with that restraining order, showing up to places she has no business being at, showing up to get him in trouble just 3 days after he just gets out of jail. He's shaking, he's angry, he's scared, he's upset, he has anxiety. He's trying to get away from her. So he goes to the representative of the government, of the policeman, and says, here's the situation, 100 yards, where should I go? He gets sent up there. He's not a drone. He doesn't move as the crow flies. He goes down the steps, around the corner. He takes a circuitous route down the steps, across the street, and up some more steps. He's trying to comply with what the officer says. He's waiting there for the meantime at a safe location so he can report it. He's not engaging with her. He's not bothering her, whatever. There's no criminal intent, none whatsoever. And so if the alleged violation is later on, there's no knowledge and there's no contact because he has no knowledge, no intent, she has no knowledge or intentions there either. And her assertions are A, lies, and B, after the fact concoctions when they get back to the car and her co-conspirators, her compatriots look through the video and say, oh, there he is. All right, we have him in business. And they're also trying to get him on this claim of automobile damage, where we know from the circumstances that he could not have done that. There's zero evidence he had anything to do with that. There's zero evidence that that is even something that is a fresh situation. And 𝗃𝗏𝗃 has absolutely no credibility to believe that this may have just happened right there. We don't know when that happened. There's no evidence. There's no fresh damage. There's nothing to that. So they're trying to get him on this phony motor vehicle thing. They're trying to get him on this setup of a restraining order violation. So all of this occurs, and Mr. Kearney is live streaming the whole time, meaning he's talking into his phone. He has his phone up. He's upset about what happened. He's reporting about what just happened to him.
I know.
Everyone streams out.
Like the Olympic torch.
It covers the whole front of the security report. So many people have black coats on. The women, black coats, black hair, black sunglasses. You look, it's a sea of people. It's reasonable and likely and probable, and it did happen, that Kearney was live streaming and looking around and didn't see 𝗃𝗏𝗃. 𝗃𝗏𝗃 registers no perception of Mr. Kearney. 𝗃𝗏𝗃's walking along. 𝗃𝗏𝗃 never once gestures. There's never one bit of looking, pointing, call 911, telling her friends. Nothing about Mr. Kearney being there. She doesn't see him. He doesn't see her. That's no contact. Right? At a bare minimum, the government doesn't come anywhere near proving the case without a reasonable doubt that there was contact. And they have to acknowledge to have contact.
No contact.
𝗃𝗏𝗃 went out of the courthouse and was walking away from the building, Your Honor. She was walking away towards Dedham Center, and then she turns and she's walking away towards the parking lot. So even if there was intentional contact, which there wasn't, she was walking away. And so whenever there's accidental contact, you can't just beam yourself up to be automatically, immediately 100 yards away.
Right.
If you see the person leaving, they're leaving. The situation is getting to where it needs to be. And he has a due process right that there be time that elapses for him to get into compliance. And if she's leaving the scene, compliance is being effectuated. It can't be something that's instantaneous.
Exactly.
And of course, Your Honor, the most important.
She was, I got 100 yards away from her by leaving the courthouse. I measured it. Like from the actual courtroom itself, I was over 100 yards away because you got to count the stairs to get down there and all that shit. I took a tape measure. I measured the whole thing. I'm 100 yards away. I'm also where the cop told me to go. I'm safe. And then she comes into my orbit again. I can't fucking disappear. I can't teleport. Where can I go? Right? She is walking away from me. You have to, like, that is compliance with the order. If she was in the, yes, at one point I came within 100 yards of her because she walked into my orbit again. And then she walked away and I didn't follow. And that was the end of it. Nothing happened.
The thing about this is that 𝗃𝗏𝗃 goes to his orbit, not once when she goes to the courtroom, but twice when she goes outside. Mr. Kearney has no idea what's going on. The hearing was prematurely over. Everyone anticipated a long hearing. And Mr. Kearney wanted to report it to the police. He didn't get that chance because everyone streamed out and the officer was already busy directing traffic in the walkway. So that's the entire factual scenario, Your Honor, where you see cases that come through here every day with respect to restraining orders, where people are trying to get to someone, trying to knock on someone's door, trying to show up at their work, trying to bother them. This case is the exact opposite, Your Honor. Mr. Kearney is trying to get out of here. He doesn't want anything to do with her. He's got, obviously, from his anxiety and his upset, he's got some major post-traumatic stress disorder from this woman, and he doesn't want anything to do with her. And she is trying to effectuate this violation. She's trying to chase him down, just like she did to Frank Hegan, to get him arrested. That's what she does. She's not a person of good character. She's not a person of honesty. She's a person who strives on chaos and trouble and harm. And that's what's before you, Your Honor.
Yep.
And the last thing I want to suggest, Judge, is that imagine a scenario where this kind of conduct is rewarded by a court, is implicitly allowed to be a restraining order violation. What a message to send to people with restraining orders, that you can use it as a sword. Go find the guy and create a situation.
Yeah.
And that's what 𝗃𝗏𝗃 did here today, Judge.
Exactly.
That's what the evidence showed here today. So I ask that you find Mr. Kearney not guilty. Thank you.
Yep. So then Cosgrove was like, he left, but then he stayed there and he crossed into the orbit and it's his fault and blah, blah, blah. Now let's go to the verdict.
Where do you think he came close? I asked her about
because he brought up how I didn't testify at this, and you're not allowed to do that. But again, that's when the judge knows that you're not. The judge knows that you can't hold it against me for not testifying. A jury might see it differently. So like, this is why we went with the bench trial, because we know that according to the law, I did not violate the law. A jury, what if you get someone on the jury just doesn't like me? What if something happens like that? Like, who is like a crazy person like 𝗫𝗏𝗃 𝗃𝗏𝗃, who might sympathize with her? Who knows? Like, or is a judge just going to play it by the rules? Like, like that whole tape with Frank Keegan might not have been admissible to a jury, but a judge is like going to watch that in chambers. And as soon as you watch that tape, you get it. You understand what she's all about. And I knew from Pomerol, dealing with Pomerol before, I like Pomerol as a judge. He's just so no nonsense. He'll snap at you too. If you fucking, like, he snapped at me a couple times when I like droned on. And so if he's like, he answered the question. You already answered the question. Next, go. We watching him yell at Mello. Tell me how he's dangerous. Go. Your Honor, he had a Pornhub account. Remember that? He had a Pornhub account, Your Honor. What's hot? Oh, no, and there's the fake. So there's the fake. If you guys can see her there, she's entered the courtroom for the verdict. She is sitting there with the Pam Friedman, who is the victim witness advocate. I think this is Kristen Collins, the other victim witness advocate. And then Aunt Jemima showed up. We don't know who Aunt Jemima was. Some elderly black woman with a do-rag, like she got the whole Jessica Hyde thing going on there. And then the fake victim. This is her support group. This is all that she has left for friends. This is great. And I think that's Lindsay from Dallas, who came up here for the Karen Reed trial for the verdict week and got to stick around and see a Turtleboy verdict. So she got 2 for 1. That was nice. Bro, when she rolled in with Aunt Jemima, I was fucking dying. I'm like,
all right. What's next? Brief research, you may be seated. Thank you. Quiet, please. What's back in session, you may be seated. The defendant remains standing, please. Thank you.
So the defendant remains standing. Okay, let me play a little slower.
Aidan Kearney, after a bench trial, you have been found not guilty as to one charge of violate abuse prevention order. Such charge will automatically be sealed by the Office of Commissioner of Probation in the clerk's office, unless you notify both offices in writing within 10 days that you do not want the charge sealed.
Not guilty.
Using the request not to seal court records. The request not to seal form must be sent to the Office of the Commissioner by mail or email to the addresses provided on the form. If you want copies of any documents associated with these charges, you must request them immediately before the charges are sealed. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. What's
Domination.
Quietly, thank you.
Domination. And then the braid. There it is. It is anticlimactic. It was a little anticlimactic. A little bit. Now we got to watch the Grant meltdown. Here we go. It's Grant watching. This is Grant watching.
Aidan Kearney, after a bench trial, you have been found not guilty as to one charge of violate abuse prevention order. Such charge will automatically be sealed by the Office of Commissioner of Probation and the clerk's office, unless you notify both offices in writing within 10 days that you do not want the charge sealed, using the request not to seal court records. The request not to seal form must be sent to the Office of the Commissioner by mail or email to the addresses provided on the form. If you want copies of any documents associated with these charges, you must request them immediately before the charges are sealed. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
That is not what I saw coming.
I thought the argument was made. I thought it was clear he violated the order, but I thought it was clear he stayed around. Oh, goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness, an unexpected not guilty verdict after an extended 2-day trial for Aidan Turtleboy Kearney. Very surprising. I think a lot of people heard that evidence there, ladies and gentlemen. I think a lot of people really focused in on the evidence, and I think a lot of people were utterly baffled how Aidan Kearney remained in the area and yet somehow did not receive a guilty verdict on the judge trial. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a very well presented case by Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. A very interesting verdict. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Not at all.
Not at all. All right, so. All right, cool. I don't know why that happened, but anyway, that was oh dear, ladies. You got it was anticlimactic. Like the clerk read it, and it's just like, so you're not guilty. I'm like, fucking dope. Yes. I mean, I wasn't going to jail either. Even if I was convicted of that, it wouldn't really matter. But I just don't want a conviction on my record. I like the undefeated streak, you know. But the only thing I regret is I wish I saw the fake victim's reaction with Aunt Jemima when I beat her, because this is a lot of wins in a row I've had against her. Let's see, starting with April 26th, we got the order, the restraining order adjusted by Paul Morrell so that I could go in any courthouse I wanted to. We got the restraining order was not renewed. Not guilty vote. She got the charges with her with Mary Bagwell. She got the restraining order with Mary Bagwell. She got there's been a whole and then this latest denial of her motion to dismiss. So, but at least she got Aunt Jemima. She got her. So she's got that going for her. But anyway, not a single person showed up to her to show support for her in court, because even the McAlberts are done with her. They're like, see you later, lady. See ya later. You're no longer useful. Okay, cool. Let me read some turtle chats. We'll call it a night because it's getting a little late. Okay. All right, Jill sends $10, goes, hearing that asshole Moynihan talk shit about you being a journalist before going on. I didn't know he said that. Reminded me of thinking, I think it's important in your case. Why is that idiot Cosgrove, the Commonwealth, the judge, are allowed to define your profession, your role as a journalist? They are dismissive of your work because investigative journalists don't get charged with witness intimidation. Exactly. I mean, that was the whole point, was to delegitimize my reporting, was to charge me. Like, oh, he's not a journalist. He's got charges of witness intimidation. But I didn't intimidate. What you guys just made those up, and just to discredit me. Like, that was the whole purpose of it. So anyway, totally agree with you on that one. Next. Aaron sends, no, I read that one, I think. Where's the one I'm looking for? Thought I read that one. Refresh. Okay. Aaron sends $10, goes, no comment, just love from Canada. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Ralph sends $25, goes, listen, Turtleboy, myself and my girlfriend Aura are regular watchers and support you 100% against these ridiculous charges. Best of luck. I really appreciate that. And your girlfriend Aura. I appreciate that, Ralph. Asserin Fish sends $10, goes, just think the whole ordeal may have gone differently if you had the fridge door open with the fake victim face down in a meal of food. You should have sprung for some shepherd's pie, which is called 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 style. Live and learn. I'm sorry for this turtle chat, but I could not resist. Yeah, if I had just opened that fridge, I'm telling you, you're never going to see the video because it's like pornographic. But only the Medfield police get to watch that one. But yeah, she says in it, it's very clear as day. She calls me daddy in the video. I'm sorry, you're not getting raped. If you call somebody daddy, nobody calls a rapist daddy. That's not a thing. So thank you for that. All right. Carolyn sends $10, goes, as a rape victim who reported to police and endured a horrific trial, sorry to hear that, I'm disgusted in this poor excuse for a woman. Fight on, Aidan. Transparency and truth will prevail, from Melbourne, Australia. Okay. Thank you very much, Caroline. I'm very sorry to hear that. Courtenay sends $10 and goes, just wanted to send some love as a victim of many forms of abuse through my life. It makes me so mad that there are women like the fake victim who can do things she's done to you. Lots of love from British Columbia. Well, thank you. Totally agree with you on that. And sorry about anything that's happening. Thank you. Jew, not Jew, like J-E-W-J-O-U. So this is Jew. Okay, this is my friend Jew. Sends $5 and goes, Turtleboy, how was she not arrested? She was to blame. Do you think criminal charges will be placed against KP for lying to a grand jury? She didn't testify at the grand jury. I hope both of these stupid bitches are locked up. That's the only way they will learn. By the way, Jess Machado. Are you talking about Jess Machado? I don't feel that way at all. Thank you very much for that one, Jew. You're my favorite Jew. Thank you. Okay. And do we have any cash apps here? I think we got one or two. Let me just read these. What? All right. Sean sends $17.76 and goes, wild thought. Live feed at the Wilbur for sex cult. I don't think that's that wild, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Okay. Thank you very much. All right, cool. Anyway, it's getting late, guys. I am headed to bed, but I love all you fine people. Thank you for your unwavering support, and we'll see you guys all. Oh, the next episode of Turtleboy Live Tuesday, we're going to do a deep dive on the 𝗍𝗄𝗃 case. So, because her trial is coming up, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it, but a lot of you aren't. Like when I had a meal of food with 𝗁𝗲𝗄𝗃 last time here, I was trying to explain the 𝗍𝗄𝗃s to him, and he didn't know shit about it. So I think there's a lot of people who don't know the 𝗍𝗄𝗃 story, and so we need to do a deep dive on that. So we're going to talk about that on Tuesday as we get ready for Donna 𝗍𝗄𝗃's trial, which I will be covering play-by-play when that starts. I think jury selection starts next week. All right? Peace, Turtle Riders.
It calls